jerks. We're finally live. I am very sorry about the delay. I am late because of who I am as a person. There were totally avoidable things that I could have done differently that would have led to me not being late today, and I didn't do those things. 27.35 minutes. You are wrong as hell, Relic, but I do think you are up first, so maybe that makes up for it. We're going to pull up the Google Slide PowerPoint for this, and we're going to launch into the deck roasting relatively quickly, since I think a lot of people have been waiting for it for a minute. What's up, Talamar? And Taria was 26.5 minutes total. Congrats, you made it before the pizza guy did. That's that full-time commitment. That's that full-time commitment. What's up, Soul? Thank you for coming to the stream. Let me pull up the list of everyone who's going today. Yeah, Relic, you are first. I'm going to pop this list into both chats, and we'll start call and roll. A Brutal Animal asks, how do I submit a deck list? I got to know what you think of what I've done to the Zimone deck, Lamau. So, Animal, the way you submit a deck list right now is it has to be through Patreon. It is the $25 tier, and every month we have 48 entries for the Commander deck roasting. I do think it would be nicer to do it more and to do it for free, but I would never ever do anything else. Saber, hey, is it still possible to get the token of you from the card site, or was that a promo? Or was that a promo? I believe it is still possible, Saber. I believe that as long as you use my code, you should get the token. Mauled, I finally got my ADHD meds back, and it's bliss. I can now devote 150% of my attention to Mr. Full-Time Internet Man. Well, thank you, Joe Salsa. I appreciate that. Oh, Ray, you quit your job too? I told people not to say it back, but if it was for a good reason, hell yeah. Also, the Lab Wolf, what a day for your 1-year anniversary. Thank you for that tier 1 Twitch sub for the 12th month in a row. Welcome back to the dog home, my friend. Oh yeah. And then we got to get one more thing here. There we go. I know you said don't say I quit my job back, but what if I got fired for supporting the union at my old workplace? Then say it back all you want, brother, sister, and or sibling of indeterminate gender. That's based as hell. I quit someone else's job to support you, Mauled. That single mother of 3 didn't need it anyway. That's what I'm saying. Is this a purely YouTube or a Twitch stream as well? Nathan, it's also a Twitch stream. Important to note, because of Twitch's terms of service, I cannot display chat. I cannot display compiled chat. I can only display Twitch chat. And so I'm reading the YouTube messages, but I am not showing the YouTube messages on stream because Twitch will ban me. Hello, Maldhound. I just finished the podcast you did with Snail, Elk, and Trinket Mage. It was really cool to see my favorite creators collab. That was a lot of fun. We did just, like, vamp for a really long time. And I saw a couple people in the comments were mad about it. A couple people in the comments were like, they just talked about fucking TikTok bullshit for 24 minutes. Your hair's looking recently cut. Did you do it yourself, or did you pay someone who actually knows how to use tools? So the reason it looks recently cut is because for one of the first times ever I styled it before stream, I put like pomade in my hair to get ready for stream, and I just absolutely fucked it. I absolutely punted it into the stand. I managed to give myself a cowlick, and I said, fuck it. I'm going to shower, rinse this out, and redo it. And that was part of why the stream took so long, is because I did my hair. It was just absolute bullshit, and not even funny bullshit. I just looked terrible. And so then I washed it and then restyled it with pomade when it was towel dry. Hey Mauled, is running Turgrid in my Thraxamundar deck too mean? Well, so Slime Girl Supreme, great name. It matters where you're playing it. at an LGS where you hate everybody there and you don't want calls back and it's just bare knuckle boxing, it's great. If you want to feel God's love in your heart, yeah, it's a little too mean. You literally skill issued yourself. Yeah, I did skill issue myself. Thank you, Super Dope Ice Cream. And then as far as the stream title being cap or not, so Monday was the day that I quit my job. And on that stream, it was I quit my job to draft full-time. And it was still true that I quit my job to do full-time YouTubing stuff. Today's stream title is way more accurate because most of where my money comes from is roasting commanders or roasting deck lists for my Patreon supporters. Did you give your job 2 weeks notice? No, Metaskipper, I fully do not have the job anymore. So my producer is in town. We're filming stuff for a new YouTube series that is going to get announced in the coming weeks and or month or two. We are unironically locking in a little bit. We're locking in to be silly and goofy, but we are locking in. Oh, I meant, did you tell your job 2 weeks ago you were quitting? Yes. I, like, a month ago, did all of the getting my ducks in a row privately. And then 2 weeks ago, told my job, hey, I'm going to quit. Let's get all my ducks in a row so that we can pass my position off to somebody else. And so I still have, like, all the people at my job have my personal phone number and personal email. And we've checked in a few times and they're all doing fine. How'd the dentist appointment go, by the way? Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, last Friday, a molar broke out of my fucking head eating a piece of sushi. And I spent most of Saturday at an emergency dental care place getting a post put in my tooth and getting a temporary crown. And I'm still waiting to get the permanent crown because it has to come back from the lab or whatever. But the dentist was very nice and this doesn't hurt and I'm all good now. But that was a little bit of the dog shit. Also, Metaskipper and Grey Cat, thank you for the Twitch follows. Welcome to the Doghouse, my friends. And Beefcake Emperor, thank you for the 14 months in a row at Tier 1. Welcome back to the dog home. Big dog, indeed. The Pack Yak, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the Doghouse, my friend. Hey, Mauled, as an Eldrazi player, I see the Titans thrown around a lot, but I've grown to hate them due to Turbo Ramp. Do you think I should still play them in my decks, even though I think they are cheap cop-outs for Eldrazi strategies? I think the interesting thing about that is the Eldrazi Titans are probably least acceptable in an Eldrazi deck nowadays because of all the other bullshit you can do with Eldrazi. It used to be that the Eldrazi decks could only ramp into Cthulhu, but now you have like Azlask, you have like Ulalek, who can just take you to the value spaghetti town. He can take you to the spaghetti factory and buy you everything on the menu. And the big Titans, what they're useful for is you need to make sure damage is getting through to people's face and ending the game of Magic. And so I think there are a lot of non-Eldrazi decks that legitimately want Ulamog the Defiler because you need to be able to kill somebody. But I think Eldrazi focused decks need them less because they have more things that can be used to surgically replace people's rib cages with hammers. I quit your job too. Thank you, Barfunkel. Saber Aran, it was I can't remember the name of the roll, but it was like a special tasty roll. Also, Crabbed, Brit Bread, Toke McBong, and Darkened Auras, thank you all for the Twitch subs. Crab, Toke McBong, and Dark, thank you for using those Bezos bucks. I appreciate those Prime subs, my friend. And Brit Bread, thank you for the 11 months in a row. We're almost to 1 year together. Hey, yo, what's good, my man? I'm getting my crown prepped tomorrow, actually. Well, good luck with that. It sucks a little. It's mostly just really boring. Toke McBong, thank you for that first time Prime sub. Same to you, Crabbed and Dark. Thank you for giving me money for our friendship for 4 months in a row, my friend. Stop picking Olaf. Yeah, games need to end. And like the Eldrazi Titans can be a little bit boring. Nothing is more boring than a game that just won't fucking stop. The Eldrazi Titans might be an anticlimactic way to end the game, but they are still way more interesting than somebody pulling out a 2-card infinite or the game going on for 3 hours. Whoa! Or the game becoming a 3-hour staring contest. Like once the Commander game crosses 150 minutes, you know, this shit is not as interesting as the Lord of the Rings Extended Edition, which is worth however many hours you need to spend on it. As soon as that Commander game has crossed the 2.5 hour mark, you will be begging for the sweet caress of the Ula Musi. And don't you deny it. Which MTG archetype is Teemo? I feel like Teemo is Pillow Fort. I want to be so real with you. For those of you that don't know Teemo from League of Legends, he does like a lot of poison, which I think a lot of people would assume is like infect or something really, really annoying. But what Teemo does the best is he just prevents you from moving into his side of the map. Like he doesn't stop you in a snap way like counterspelling does, but he's just like, hey, you're not allowed to walk into this part of the map, and if you do, I'm gonna fuck you up. Stay away from me. Stay away from me. So it would be like, when I see Teemo, what I think of is, what is it? It's something array. There's some type of like, no, fuck, what is it called? It's these types of effects, because there are stronger types of effects, but Teemo is Caltrops. Teemo is Caltrops. There's another Boros card that does this, but with 2 people. BJ and Co, thank you for the raid, my dog. I appreciate that. Yeah, Light Mine Field. Oh, okay, this isn't the exact card I was thinking of, but this is very much the type of deal I'm thinking of. Question, have you played Deadlock, and do you agree that McGinnis can get it? I mean, I hope that my autocorrect is answering this for you. I super love Deadlock. I've played a ton of it, and hold on. I almost answered too quickly. How old is this bitch? At age 15. So that seems like past. That seems like in the past. I'm going to say yes, assuming that McGinnis looks like an adult. Like when I see McGinnis, they seem like an adult to me. Wait, you can quit your job to Mauled. Where do I sign up? Does your employer offer benefits? Gotta make a YouTube channel. And no the fuck they don't. No the fuck they don't. By the way, my play group has been hating out my Maria deck a bit too much lately. How spiteful would it be to make an Earl deck to punish them? So the first thing I need chat and everybody in God's kingdom to recognize is that, where is she? This is Maria, and there is no such thing as hating on a Maria deck too much. I have one person I've known in my life who said, let me show you my funny haha Maria deck, and do you know what happens? They put down one easy bake oven, and within 10 seconds of putting down the easy bake oven, they have built a piss laser. They build the piss laser and you die. And you know what you can do about it? Fuck all. So no, there is no such thing as somebody hating on your Maria deck too much. Now, as to whether or not you should build an Earl deck to punish them, absolutely yes. I think everyone at your table would have a much more enjoyable time getting beaten to death by a Yeti than putting up with your piss laser deck. Beefcake Emperor, you should have gotten an email. Let me double check the schedule, but I think I have you on for... You are currently on for the 30th, and I should have sent that email out yesterday, but if I haven't, my bad, goat. I'll send it out again. Tenebrae 8, thank you for the 1,500 bit cheer. Couldn't stick around on the day you actually quit. Congrats on leaving and starting content creation full time. Do you have anything new that you want to try out that you're excited for? Okay, this will be the last decide that we do. Then we're going to do the random smasher passes. Then we're going to open with Relic's deck roast. So yes, there's a number of things that I'm excited about. And now we're going to make a fucking Google slide about it. This is the one I had just opened. Okay, so there's going to be probably like 3 prongs of what I'm going to do going forward. Because right now we have the center of my content is Commander roasting. This is what everybody knows me for. This is what, if you watch me, if you've come to my Twitch channel, if you like any of my stuff, you watch me because I've roasted your favorite commander. The offshoots we're going to be doing from this is something that we already do, which this stream is about, which is deck roasting. Currently, this is only done on a live stream basis. You are a Patreon member, you've signed up for one of these live streams, and then we redeem it inside a live stream. What's going to happen going forward is we're going to make them better. We're going to make a scripted version of these. It's going to be more expensive to be a part of, but the bits are going to be much more well done. We're going to be doing up a lot of green screen in this room. We're going to be doing some acoustic paneling. We're getting me a lot of props. It's going to be a much more involved production that is more similar to my skits or like whiteboard videos, or the level of humor that you would normally expect from a commander roast is going to be brought to the deck roasting, and those are going to get posted as a series on YouTube's. Another thing we're going to be trying out is a project I'm going to call Mauled A. Smith. So for those of you who don't know Stephen A. Smith, he is a sports commentator. He generally looks a little bit persnickety, and he says a lot of wild shit. I haven't actually listened to a lot of his bits, but another thing we're going to be doing is I'm going to be trying to get commander gameplay content to be a little bit more first screen. And the way I'm going to try to do that is with better commentary. So if you imagine like the NFL red zone, where people are drawing like lines and dicks all over everything, they're making these bold predictions about what's going to happen, they're talking about how this player definitely didn't actually kill that person or do that domestic assault charge, even though they definitely did. I'm going to be trying to do that for some filmed commander gameplay. This is the Black Lotus vs. Sol Ring Vintage Cube guy. Yes. It's probably not going to be like teleprompter. Like I don't think I'm going to physically use a teleprompter, but it is going to be very similar to that, where I'm going to have like a green screen, my whiteboard, and I'm going to have like a little stick pointer, and we're going to try to make that happen. Another place we're going to try to extend is variety. And by variety content, I typically mean League of Legends, MOBAs in general, and anime. Because at the end of the day, what commander roasting is this is all the commander content is. It is React content, but it is React content as our Lord and Savior Plato intended, where it is good, it is thought out, and it has a point. And that type of content can pivot to any other niche. And I like Magic so much that I never want to move away from Magic, but I do want to see how good I can do I do want to see how good I can do doing it for anime, doing it for League of Legends. I've done a few League of Legends champions roasts, and people like them. They don't like them as much as they do in Magic, but that's, you know, normal. I don't know the flow for League of Legends yet. And a couple of my anime reviews did well. Some of my book talk stuff did well. And so expand my React content into other genres. And I believe there was other stuff too. It may be escaping me. Have you considered playing MTG Arena? Zelican, right now we're moving over to MTGO, but yes. I'd love to see you in a D&D setting. I think you would rock. So here's the thing about that, right? D&D, but that's going to be... That can only come after I defeat my current content sleep paralysis demon, Zach the Bold. I don't know if you guys have heard of this dude, but he's another full-time content creator. We don't know each other, but every skit he makes blows every skit I have ever made completely out of the fucking water. His short form stuff is incredibly, incredibly good. He's only done like 2 Magic things. He's mostly done D&D things. And so I do want to move into some type of D&D stuff, but I don't know exactly what I want to do in D&D because the type of... So interestingly, the React content that I do is not necessarily something that I want to try to bring to D&D. I don't want to do... I roast being a warrior. It'll probably end up being something akin to that no matter what I try to do. It's going to be some form of yapping, but I don't want it to be like, have you picked the chronomancy subclass? Watch me be mean to you. I'll probably try it at least once. But I need to figure out what do I actually want to do with D&D stuff and how do I make it not this done badly. Hey Maul, just wanted to say you're doing an awesome job. Keep up the good work, Hound Dog. Thank you, D-Man. I appreciate that. Reynard, I did not lose my job. I quit my job on purpose. Oh yeah, CG Death. I'm a huge fan of the Cosmere. If you live anywhere near Florida, can you collab with Skill Check? I live in the Pacific Northwest. D&D shorts are heavily contested. There are a lot of people that do it. I mean, there's a lot of people that do Magic now too. So, Flare. So I really went to full time. Streaming is not my primary thing. I'm really like, if we're gonna put one label on it, I'm a full-time YouTuber now. We roasting YouTube. No, I'm showing an example of someone who I feel like currently does stuff a lot better than I do. And as much as I want to do D&D stuff, it's difficult to because I'll see Zach's stuff and I'll be like, well, fuck, that's better than the thing I was gonna do. What's the time balance management look like on all this? Okay, Relic, I swear to God, we're gonna get to your deck soon. But typically what it looks like is if I have a day, right? Let's say this little bit, stay and scribble. This little bit in the morning, I go to the gym, I do thinkies. This is like 1 to 2 hours. It's not very much of my day. And then this big bit here, before I quit my job, is I do my day job the whole time. And then I get another one of these little bits where it's like, okay, do content. And so what we want to get to now, also Reynard Valoria, thank you for the 249 PHP. Let me look up what currency that is. However much the amount is, I appreciate it. Thank you, my goat. Philippine peso, thank you very much for those Philippine pesos. I appreciate that generosity. Welcome to dog heaven, my friend. So now what's going to happen is, and the thing is, like, it's not just going to be, oh, I make 8 times as much content because I have this much time to do content, because the whole time I'm doing the non-fulfilling day job, I'm thinking about content. I'm thinking about what skit I want to do next. I'm thinking about quips that I can throw into the next Commander roast. But what's probably going to happen is, so far the rhythm has been, as soon as I film something, it is posted. I do not batch film. I do not sit on things. I do not go back and edit drafts. I pick the commander, and that day or the next day, I'm sitting down. That shit is getting filmed, and that shit is getting posted. And ideally, what I'm going to move to is we're going to have a like weekly setup where on Monday or Sunday or Tuesday or literally whatever day, I just go, this is Commander Roast Day. And I pick probably like, I don't know, 10 commanders. And I try to roast as many as I can in that one day. And however many I get through, I just post those throughout the week. And then Tuesday, I try to work on like a long form video. And then Wednesday, I try to think of, okay, what can I think of any like short term D&D skits? But a big goal is to break out of this. Every day I need to cook up a new idea and move to a weekly or monthly filming schedule where I film everything for one type of content on a certain day, or even if it's not the same day every week, but just be like one day a week, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to script out as many roasts as I can do, and however many I get, that's how many are done for that week. And then the rest of the week, I'm going to like work on stream stuff, try to coordinate a variety thing, try to film longer videos. And that's what the time breakdown is going to look like. That is going to look like going forward, because what that's also going to do is open me up to collaborating more often. Because right now I have a very what's the Cinderella type rhythm where at midnight I turn into a pumpkin, but it's like at 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. I need to be sitting down to roast a commander, or that commander is not getting roasted that day. And if I do some more batch filming, I can either travel more, or I can hop on more podcasts, or I can hop on more spell table games, which is my least fucking favorite thing to do. If I hop on someone else's spell table game, I did it as a personal favor to them. But in general, that's how we'll get more time to collaborate more with other people, is by batch filming stuff. So we're going to try to move to that. It may not be successful, and we may stick on the at 6 p.m. you need to be throwing hands with a commander. Yeah, like that's how it's worked for a really long time, is every day at 6 p.m. I'm like, fuck, I gotta post at 7. All right, where's a piece of paper? Where's a pen? Like, hold on. This is, it's not posted. This is the commander roast getting posted today. I sat down, I picked a song that I liked, I put it on repeat, and I sat at my desk for like 45 minutes, and I just wrote in cursive until I got words that I liked. Oh, Trouper, yeah, we're running way too late. George, shut the fuck up. I swear to God, man. Yeah, Trouper, do you need to go second? Because we can do Relic, and then we can do you. Damn, you're crazy talented if you're just spewing top-tier content onto scratch paper under an hour. So the thing about that is I had the commander I had this commander in my head for like the past 3 days. So a lot of this writing wasn't coming up with the stuff, you know, out of nowhere. A lot of this writing was, okay, figuring out the order of words and like choosing the specific words. It normally takes a fair bit longer than it's not normally, you know, sit down 45, jork it, job done. It's normally a longer process, but this one was much faster because they'd been percolating for a little while. Okay. I also saw somebody shout out the podcast I did with the Trinket Mage. So, real quick. Even though I'm going to ruin the analytics of this video, go watch this shit. It was very fun. I had a really good time with all of them. And if you guys make this video do well enough, they will probably have me on again, and they will probably let me talk about my Niv Mizzet fanfic. Question, do you prefer the YouTube subscribe system or the Patreon? Let me throw quarters at you. Well, D-Man, thank you very much. So let me break it down for you this way. YouTube memberships and Patreon subscriptions are probably equivalent. Both are much better than Twitch subs. I love a Twitch sub. I especially love a Bezos Bucks because the Amazon Prime people get them no matter what. In terms of money in my pocket, YouTube gives me way more than Twitch does. Patreon, I think, gives me a little bit more than YouTube does. So Patreon is like the best individual way. But again, if you support me at all, we got no problems. We got no problems. Oh, Jelly, I'm sorry we didn't get to your question zone question, my friend. Also, Talamar Von Guys, thank you for gifting a tier 1 sub, but I hate who you gifted it to because he beats my ass in deadlock all the time. Welcome to Dog Heaven, Talamar. I'm going to catch up with these subs. We're going to do 2 random smasher passes, then it's Relic, then it's going to be Trouper. Phone account, thank you for the $10 super chat. Welcome to Dog Heaven, my friend. Who's my deadlock main? Shiv. So, okay, hold on. I want everybody to mentally prepare themselves for who they think I would main in a shooter, and I want you to know that you are not emotionally ready for who this guy looks like. This is me. In deadlock, literally me. Thank you, Alex. Not that trap. Fuck all of you. Fuck all of you. No. Fuck every last one of you, I swear to God. That's a bunch of bullshit. I hate that, Trax. D-Man, thank you for the 10 Canadian super chat. Welcome back to Dog Heaven, my friend. I appreciate you so much. All right. Surprised, not Lash. I tried Lash once, but I don't like that he can't carry. He looks like a monkey, so yeah, it makes sense. All right. You strike me as a Bebop hater. I do hate Bebop, man. I hate Bebop. Okay. Let's do some random smasher passes, 2 of them. And then we're going to start getting into the roasts. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's a land, that's whatever. I mean, no, but I get it. Like, I don't want to die like this, but I understand if this is how you want to go out. Like, I get it. Exhibitionist rule, true. So here's what I'll give him for the exhibitionist rule. Getting it done but surviving. I think just dying in the process, which is the most likely outcome, that is not exhibitionist rule. But if you come back from a date with Flage and you go, yeah, I busted it down, Yeah. Good evening, Lord Skyline. Thank you for coming by the Twitch stream, or the stream in general, my friend. Yo, wait, ain't that the guy who played Saruman in the Secret Partners episode of Shuffle Up and Play that you were on? Yeah, that is Alan. And we have another random Smasher Pass got redeemed. No, not the dude or the eyeball monster on him. Absolutely not. Also, Felix Royale, thank you for the Tier 1 Twitch sub for the 14th month in a row. You are always so witty and fun. Glad to be here for so long. This is month 12 of asking for a Hunt Showdown stream. You said it's in the works, so I am excited. You know what? I can't give you a date. I can tell you now that it's happening because I'm full-time. I have the time to do that as a variety stream. And Felix, I will tell my girlfriend that we're doing it, and they're going to be really excited because they love Hunt Showdown. Oh, you know what? We actually have, my friend Danny is into Hunt. I don't know if he'll stream it with me, but I'll ask him. All right, so let's talk about what's going to happen on the deck roasting. For those of you that have not been here before, my patrons will send me in a deck list, a primer, and a power level that is rated silly to spooky to scary based on how ominous your turns are to somebody that is paying attention to the game of Magic the Gathering. The main thing I'm going to be judging you on is the primer you send me. If you tell me your deck is meant to be a funny, silly time, and I see Rhystic Study, Smothering Tides, Phyrexian Arena, and Thassa's Oracle, Demonic Consultation, I'm going to get you because you lied to me. But if you tell me I'm a bad person and I did this because hurt people, and I want to further the cycle of abuse in my community, I want to put down roots, and I want those roots to be poisonous, I'll give you an attaboy if I see the same shit in that deck. So we're rating you mainly off of what you think the deck does, and I'm going to try to fix the deck to achieve what you're telling me you've set out to achieve. Now, sometimes people just have bad dreams. And if you just have bad dreams, I'm going to change what you tell me the deck set out to achieve, okay? Mr. Foxglove goons all over the board. This is another good moment to talk about the Gooning Reclamation Committee. If you are in this stream, you're now a part of it. You do not get to opt out. If you've seen these words, you are part of the Gooning Reclamation Committee. Do you know what the dumbest word in the English language is? It's gooning. Because do you know what a goon is? It's this guy. This is a goon. A goon is a henchman of this guy. He's even a goon. And so gooning already has a verb set up for it. It already has something lined up for it. Gooning is just acting like a goon. And yet, some asshole on the internet has turned it in to jorking it, which I do not accept. And one day at a time, we will reclaim this word. We will reclaim it for our Lord and Savior. Henzi Toolbox Tori is your new God. I am his prophet. And these are all, and the, fuck, this is our commandment. We goon together. We goon hard. We goon for love. And if you use it in a sexual context, I am taking your business card back. Asver Jones and Emac GG, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse, my friends. I'll goon to hens. You can't goon to something. Here's the thing. You can only goon to music, because if you goon to a person, it sounds sexual. You can goon for a person. Well-spoken Ocelot, I do not have your Percocets. Geet Good, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. So Talamar music is something, but the thing is you can goon. Like if you say I'm gooning to 9 Inch Nails, Maybe you are beating somebody up with a baseball bat that has nails through it to the tune of a 9-inch nails song. So you can goon to music. Sounds an awful lot like jorking it by default. That's because of brain rot. We are fighting the brain rot. Matthew Whitman, welcome to the Gooning Reclamation Committee. It's too late. You can't back out now. So what are you doing if you're gooning to Lincoln Park? You're just kind of beating someone up really gently. Can I just be a goon and say, you got it, boss? Yeah. You bought it. If you yell, you got it, boss, every time I do something, you are gooning for me. That is the greatest support you can give me, is you can goon for me by saying, you get him, boss. EMAC GG, thank you very much. Umbrella, thank you very much. Just listening to this stream is horrifying. Well, Joe Me Bug, it's your committee, dog. Maximum Stervosity, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. Another random smasher pass. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Let's see what that throat do. I'm gooning to this stream. Get him, Tenebrae. I don't know who's getting it with the goon, but get him. Okay. Now that we've done 41 straight minutes of vamping, let's get into the deck roasting. This is Relic's spooky deck. It says primer on Moxfield. Stealing spells, creating demons. This deck is based around making a ton of 3/3 demons while stealing all of the cool stuff my opponents want to play. I've played this deck a total of 1 time, but I could already tell it felt way too slow. I don't know exactly what it is I'm missing. I'm looking for any type of assistance and recommendations to help me make the deck better. Now that one of my big problems is that I need Tasha on the field to get the 3/3s, but she's targeted immediately because of Planeswalker Syndrome. It's hard to wait to play her and a steal spell. I think it's important to note the prep needs to be better so that I can get a bunch of stolen spells played on the turn I cast Tasha. That is a little bit of an impossible goal, but I'm going to do what I can. I think it's important to note that, like, you're both, so you're playing Theft, which is the best mechanic in all of Magic, but you're playing them with Planeswalkers, which is the worst mechanic in all of Magic. So overall, you're like right here, dog. Right now, you are like right on the edge, and you got to be very careful with that type of shit. You cannot play around with this type of energy if you are going to do both the best and worst things in Magic at the same time. I do agree that Planeswalker Syndrome exists. It exists for a good reason. Now, if you wanted to do the setup thing to play Tasha and a bunch of steal spells on the same turn, I don't think that's going to work. I think the amount of ramp you need is way too high in a deck that does not have access to green, even though green is for cheaters only. So what I would really recommend is the 5-mana commander probably can't be the primary payoff at a table that is strong enough for this to be too slow. I would almost recommend to switch commanders unless you are super committed to Goth Witch Mommy. Combat Stealers, Grave Robbing, I don't even know if this is worth the slot. Copy Enchantment and... Oh no, Forge of Heroes is definitely not. Your desperation has led you very, very far astray here. I know it doesn't fit the theme of the deck, but it does work well with Ashiok minus... With a play... Okay. So we're going to make a new rule for you really quick. Where the hell is Ashiok? I'm assuming -7 has to be an ultimate. If we have it in the deck... Yeah, ultimate, you may cast 3 face-up cards your opponent's own from exile. Let's talk about the Commander Commandments. Number 1, Planeswalker Ultimates are all blank. Unless you are playing Super Friends. In which case, your contact list is. You should never include a card in a commander deck because of how cool the Planeswalker Ultimate is. It is going to be so impossible to get this Planeswalker Ultimate off because everybody rightfully hates Planeswalkers and even more rightfully hates the Bald. And so if you're putting this other Planeswalker in because you then want to alt this second Planeswalker, that shit is never happening. The only situation it's happening in is if buff Cubone is your commander. If you have buff Cubone, you get the Planeswalker Ultimate Pass. You can play whatever Planeswalker you want, and I trust that you're going to be able to alt it because it's alting the turn it comes in. Every other situation, fuck that noise. I also love everybody gooning in chat for me right now. Thank you all very much. Now that said, let's move back to the main problem of the deck, which this Planeswalker does not do very much the turn she comes in. And if you're going to spend 5 mana in Commander to not do anything the turn they come in, you are playing Hacky Sack. You also have, let's see, does everything in this deck steal? Xanathar, Guild Kingpin, that's a dope art. Listen, there are 3 Planeswalker in the deck and I would like to use them more than one time. No. This is a second order synergy and you got to get it the fuck up out of my house right now, okay? If you want to have a card in the deck that does not synergize, well, I guess it technically synergizes with your commander, but it is so fucking expensive. It is so expensive for no reason. We cannot, no, so cut this instantly. But other than that, everything steals, it looks like, which is actually a little bit wrong. That's why we have this note up here, a good deck has 30 cards. It is very important that you pick a highly specific gimmick and you execute that gimmick to the best of your ability. You have way less room than you think to actually execute that gimmick. It's like packing a suitcase to go to a convention or to like visit your parents or something. You think like, holy shit, this thing is so big. And then after you've put in like 3 t-shirts and the 17 pairs of underwear for all the times you're gonna shit yourself and like 2 pairs of pants, it's completely full. That is what a commander deck is like. And the underwear is your card draw and your removal and your ramp. And so you have a million cards that let you steal things really, really well. You do not have space anymore for ramp. You do not have space anymore for generic card draw to get the right theft cards. You do not have enough space anymore for interaction other than to run people's pockets, which is good interaction. But if we look at all of these theft cards, they are not made equal. Like, we cannot pretend that like Nashi, like, we cannot pretend that Nashi and Nightveil Spectre are equivalent cards. They're equivalent in cost. They both have similar effects, but Nashi hits everybody and you can do it without paying mana. Nightveil Spectre, you have the option to then pay full price for whatever card they just did. Counterpoint, you just steal everybody else's ramp. Jordan, I would believe that if you had the ability to pick with any sort of precision what you were taking from their pockets. This is not one of those like 8-year-old British children in the 1700s that are precision thieves in every fucking Sherlock Holmes movie. This is just somebody running by, trucking you, grabbing everything, and sprinting for the fucking door. And so I think you should, if you want to keep Tasha as your commander, you need to go through and you need to pick all of the theft cards that have not paid off for you in a massive way, and you cut them for mana rocks, you cut them for card draw, you cut them for interaction. Purse snatcher rather than a pickpocket. That is a great way to put it, Altador. You are not being very targeted. You are just saying, as long as I steal something for you, I win. And spiritually and morally, you have. Now, in the context of playing Magic the Gathering, you are probably getting your ass beaten, my friend. So, like, let's go to a playtest and see what the run out looks like. Oh, wow, 1 land, 2 mana rocks, and a bunch of theft cards we can't do anything with. Wait, we're actually back? Hold on. Turn 1 Tiny Bones, it's over for them. We reveal an island, we do a talisman. Mana Rock, Mana Rock. So we can do turn 4 Tasha. We get to draw a card. And then this ability fucking sucks. Because it's turn 4, we get to steal an instant or sorcery from each player's graveyard and put a page counter on it. Guess what we're going to get? We're going to get 1 copy of 3 visits, and we're going to get 2 blank infinite tokens that just say go fuck yourself from the people that have not cast an instant or sorcery in the first 4 turns of the game, or first 3 if you happen to go first. So this is again a very hit or miss ability. Drawing a card is nice. And then the next turn, we hit a random non-land. This is very fun, but we can't promise it's going to do anything useful for us. If we do Keru Spell Snatcher, oh, Morph Dog, we are not the fucking Power Rangers. So we can pay 3 to set up a long con morph thing that we can't even do this turn. We have to pay 9 mana. We have to pay 9 mana to steal a spell for free. We're sitting on a board wipe, which is probably worthwhile, but if we keep upticking Tasha, we're getting a little bit of card draw, but if the table turns to beat us to death, she just dies. She just dies. We have no other card draw. This card is completely fucking blank. It is Meteor Golem, but worse. And then Sage of the Beyond, like, you only have this in here because all your other theft cards are ridiculously bad. And I say that I love theft. Theft cards that fix your mana but then make you still pay the full cost for the spell are rough in Commander, especially stuff that is hitting the graveyard. You should decide if you want to be in the lane of I'm going to exile from their deck or I'm going to exile from their graveyard. If you want to exile from their deck, you need to replace all of the graveyard exile with ramp and card draw support. And if you want to exile from their graveyard, everything else needs to be replaced with mill support to make sure that their graveyard has things for you to steal. If you're going to be digging in the trash like a raccoon, you need to make sure you're hitting a family that has a lot of food waste, okay? You don't want to be hitting the 2 vegan hippies who use every part of the leek. You need to be hitting the family of 8 that throws out half-eaten chicken nuggets every single life. Every night. What the hell? You're telling me a crab gooned in the rack? But that's why it's in the gotcha section. I'm a pack pirate. I understand that. I'm not saying emotionally it's wrong. I'm saying this is why the deck does not work functionally. Like, if we want, you can, I would say, so we have combat stealers, we have grave robbing, we have gotcha gaming. You pick one of these 3, you cut the other 2 sections, and then you rebuild the deck specifically around the one that you picked. And the deck will work better, and it will still be a theft deck, and you will probably end up bringing in cards from these other sections as support for whichever one of the 3 you picked. But you pick grave robbing, you pick combat stealers, or you pick gotcha gaming. That is the tent pole of the deck now. Right now, you're trying to have like a commune rather than a house, and we need to get your house in order. Wait, we see a soul ring? Hold on, where the fuck was the soul ring? Knock that shit off. So in terms of what you need, like, I think you have every playable theft card in the game right now. Motherfucker, you need some truth. You need to be searching frantically. In fact, I would make sure to consider your options, brother or sister. And a few of the unplayable ones as well. And then I would look for more mana rocks. I would look for any dorks that let you cast instants or sorceries. I would highly consider a different commander unless you stick with grave robbing. And then if you're gonna go with grave robbing, so if you're gonna stick with Tasha, you are picking grave robbing. And you need to have a mill sub-theme. You need to mesmerize them with your lovely orbs. I had a full stroke typing that, but Talamar is referencing Dimir Kirun. This could be very good for both ramp and combat-based theft. And then you just need to hit them with like everything that says mill. You know what would be great? Mind Skinner. Mind Skinner with Tasha, and then your 3/3s mill more, and then you have more instants and sorceries to yank out of the graveyard. If you're going to go with combat stealers or gacha gaming, I would recommend some type of Sultai theft commander like Gonti, because then the green will give you the ramp necessary to keep up with everybody else's aggressive board state while you're getting the job done. So that's what I would highly recommend. Let's put you on the personality matrix. I mean, this is definitely multiple decks in a trench coat. I fuck with the vision. I want to be so clear about that. I fuck with the vision, but right now the vision is as seen through a kaleidoscope, and we need to lock in and we need to focus on running pockets or grabbing purses or robbing banks, and we gotta pick one. And we gotta stop playing these motherfucking planeswalkers. I swear to God. What's up, Willpower? How's your day going? We got 2 random smasher passes, then we'll move on to the next deck. No, I think it's very important to note that another initiative I will be taking up now that I'm full-time is beating the furry allegations as a full-time job. Not my personal type, but I kind of have to say yes because it is a generically well-dressed humanoid. What's up, Bean? Not Fist Koozie asks, why do you hate planeswalkers? So it is kind of a special case where I hate planeswalkers because of my 1v1 play. I think they are more fair in Commander because every planeswalker in this world deserves to get jumped by the 3 people closest to them. Teferi especially. Cairn especially. So I hate them because of how they play in 1v1. Where if you lay them down in 1v1, if you are winning the game, suddenly it is stabilized for the other side. If you are losing the game or even, and they play any planeswalker worth a goddamn, like a Teferi, you are just fucked. You just got hit with the like Gojo Infinity brain prison. It is just like, it's just over. And they're bald. Fuck them. Altador, hit me with that personal question, my friend. Oko's setback advances in planeswalker relations by decades. Exactly. What is your favorite kind of theft? I love combat-based theft the most because at all times in a casual Commander game, I want there to be pressure to end the game. I don't want every game to end fast. I don't want every game to necessarily take forever. I want every game to have the flexibility to be as fast or as slow as is natural. But I think a very important part of enjoying a Commander game is there being the constant pressure and threat of violence. It's almost like Among Us, where like clowning is good, playing aggressively can be good, but if it is all clownery or it is all super sweaty, it doesn't become as fun. What's really fun is a mix of the two. And so I like combat-based theft because it incentivizes you to throw hands. You can't just sit back and wait to steal something good. You have to go out and get that shit. Project, I'm going to move past that question now just because we got to keep it rocking on the deck roasts. I don't know Eliwick 2024. Yeah, we got to get into our full goon mentality. So we're going to go use the bathroom, and then we're going to move on to Talamar's deck. So we'll be right back after this ad break. Don't make me point at the rule. My chair better not be for sale. Goon, 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 goon. No. I think I'm happy. I think I'm happy. We definitely need a gooning reclamation committee speech. Let's go back to the PowerPoint and remind everybody. Where is it? Where's the gooning? Where's the gooning slide? We goon together, we goon hard, we goon fast, we goon for love. You can only goon to music. Gooning. I feel like this probably should have been first. Gooning is not sexual. This probably should have been first up, but gooning is not a sexual activity. Doug, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. Oh god, I paused for only a minute and now I see an Izzet deck and he's gone. The Izzet mage just finally killed him for being their #1 hater. I am the #1 Izzet player. When are you changing your name to Goonhound? That's going to be the OnlyFans account. Threadbare Goblin, thank you for that 200-bit cheer, or should I say, that 200-bit goon. I appreciate your generosity. Welcome to Goon Heaven. I still think gooning 4 instead of 2 sounds more sexual. TBH. Listen, we're gonna workshop it, okay? We're gonna workshop it. Wait, so what does gooning mean? Miko V, I'm so glad you asked. Gooning means acting in any way that you think is in line with how Henzi would act or would want you to act. Toke McBong, you get a gold star for catching that trap. I did a morality test to see if anybody would push back on Goonhound being an OnlyFans name, and only you did. When we go to war, you will be our general. Kiva Delix, so will you. I'm going to goon your kneecaps. This is a good sentence, Simply Dumb. Thank you. But gooning is... yeah, gooning is anything acting like this man would or would like you to. Viper, thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoyed the podcast. Again, anybody who has the free time, please go find the Trinket Mages YouTube, like, comment on that podcast to try to convince other creators to collab with me. I had a really good time with them. I think it's relatively interesting if you skip about 25 minutes of it where I talk about TikToking. There's a podcast with a mauled episode. Yeah, it came out like a day ago. All right, let's move on to Talamar's deck. You roasted her once. She's back again. I've brought my 2 weaknesses, bad bitches and gambling, together and made my favorite deck yet. So dice is the devil's game. This is Faraday, who we've seen once before, but whenever you roll 1 or more dice, she gets flying and menace, and she gets to touch up on you. And if any of those results was 10 or higher, you draw a card. And I think this is one of those roasts where personal context on Talamar is important, because I've played physical commander with Talamar before. And you know what they played with me? They played Nero Wild Mage, and they flipped Opt into Eldrazi type bullshit. I do not believe that is exactly what happened, but that's what they tried to do. So like when other people with the shakes are reaching for a vape pen or a Zyn or a Xanax or whatever, Talamar is reaching for a goddamn D20. All right? Don't support this. They have a problem, and we're going to help them right now. A small loan of $1 million. Okay, the dragons are cool text. These are good. These are very cool arts. Reaver Cleaver, Zorn, Bucknards. I swear to God, you better have more ways to make treasure. I swear to God, if you have Zorn off of 4 treasure creators, I'm going to crash out. This is our ramp. Okay, okay, Kleptomaniac Kyle. He's going to make treasures. Vexing Puzzle Box is pretty funny. So Muscle Mommy and a bunch of Voltron pieces. So I'm assuming the main win con is Faraday beats everybody to death. Got the WAP sword. That's very necessary. Dominic, I don't have time to remark on Rada during this stream, but I will roast them at some point. It's only an addiction until you win. That is true. 99% of gamblers quit right before they make it big. I want to hate you for the dragons, but I play Ancient Silver Dragon whenever I can. Celebrate, roll 2d6. 5 mana to have no chance at drawing a card. That is something special. Okay, this card just says roll a 2. This is what I dislike about die rolling decks is like, so we spent $1,200 on this deck. $10, brother. $10, brother. That's what we could be up to. You want to roll dice this fucking bad. Like, I wish Wizards supported it more, but a big problem with die rolling decks is there are so few things that roll a d20 in the game of Magic the Gathering, and they're almost all from Commander Legends Baldur's Gate, that you have to play just like dog-ass 4/4 that doesn't do anything meaningful because it lets me roll a d20. Like, Contact Other Plane is fine. But again, like, every card, like, how many say roll a d20? Like, how many cuts did Talamar make, and how much of it? Oh, there's 32. Okay, so you had to make a few choices. Okay, no you didn't. Is there O-tag playable? Can we Oracle tag playable? 4/4 for 3? Do not quote stats at me right now. 4/4 for 10% of one player's life total is what you just told me. We're winning with commander damage! Nah, be so for real right now. Be so fucking for real. We're winning by giving Faraday Voltron commander damage, and you're trying to tell me 4/4 for 3 is what matters? Look me in the goddamn eyes. Look me in the goddamn eyes. Like, I'm not saying cut it, because again, the fact that it rolls a d20 is what's worthwhile. I'm just saying it's sad that it only matters because it says roll a d20, and I wish that there were enough d20 cards that we could actually like pick from legitimately good shit instead of like, holy fuck, this rolls a d20, that's based. Also, Otter Pirate, we missed some subs and everything. Otter Pirate, thank you for the 200-bit cheer. Welcome to Goon Heaven. Goon Commander, reporting for duty. Shadow Walker, thank you for the 200-bit cheer. Everyone saying goon or gooning is just weird because here goon is cheap boxed wine. Well, even better, I'm sober, so gooning is also non-alcoholic. So, Long Cat is Long and Dusted 206, thank you both for the prime subs. Welcome to the dog home, my friend. And then Dusted 206, Cardinal, 30,003, Goblin Tenor, Professor Cole and Lord of Narwhals, and J-Man Johan. Thank you for the Twitch follows. Welcome to the doghouse, my friends. Okay. So again, everything, every die roll playable card. No, I am the threat. Yeah, Goat is dope. How is this? What? Who are you playing with where you're flying low, you're low profile and nobody knows what the fuck is happening? You're a B-52 bomber in stealth mode. You remove one creature and they go, get him! Holy shit! Holy shit, he's playing CEDH! Dusted, the way you submit a deck is through Patreon right now. They're done on a monthly redeem schedule. Pot of Greed is dope. It does look like you've picked legitimately good card draw. The Hammer. Oh, this is God. This is what we're looking for. I'm interested by Aetherworks Marble because I'm not sure what you would be putting in the graveyard other than treasures. Counters? Oh, hold on. Where? Oh, you're on demon time. Okay, you are the devil. And maybe I should have picked that up from the name of the commander, but you are. So this is he hoo. I'm Voltroning Piss Laser V2. Phyrexian Piss Laser. All will be one, but no the Red Terror. This is awful. Real friends enable. Okay, die rolling advantage. As someone who plays with him weekly, yes, he is evil. This is such a crazy turn. Like I have a stream deck now, and I don't have like a Shutter Island movie stinger. Because that's what this deck deserves. Alright, let's playtest this and see how this happens. So we have Is It Signet. The land will be on top. Holy fuck. The land will be on top. Holy fuck. The land will be on top. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. We're only one turn behind. We've had worse. Yeah. Roll a d20. I'm just going to put a counter on because ain't nobody got time for that. Roll a d20. Oh, now we have to. Now I have to do it to see. I rolled a 7. I don't get to draw a card. Yeah, let's roll some d20s. So we got a 13 and a 13. So we draw 2 cards. We play Bucknards and we activate it. So we get to roll a d4 now. We make 4 treasure tokens because God loves you, even though you are the devil from the Bible. And then this goes off to Ohio. Somebody else has this now. We have a land, which I'm going to just say is fixed. We'll spend 5 mana to get Reality Chip onto this and play with it. Oh shit, Ral Zarek? I think we probably start removing. Yeah, I'm going to take a counter off. We'll put Sword of Hours on. We'll attack. We'll roll a d12. We rolled a 1. We rolled a fucking 1 because we suck. Dolmen Gate. Oh, this is such a fucking kindergarten card, dude. The art is dope. The Karlach reference saves this for me. But cards like Dolmen Gate really seem like they were made up at recess by a kid who skinned their knee for the first time. Because the prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to attacking creatures you control is seriously like, I crashed out and then I had one single consequence happen to me, and so I take it all back. I don't blame you for running it. I blame them for designing it. I think because it exists, it makes total sense that you're running it in this deck, and it is the correct move, but it's just such like, hey, let's wrestle, and then you get pinned, and you're like, no, stop. I didn't mean it like that. Is this just here for gambling? Is this just here because you have a full-on addiction, Talamar? I mean, maybe you're tapping untap. No. This has to be to support the Piss Laser combo. This has to be... Yes! Yes, all caps, to try to hide the fact that when he assembles his version of Exodia, which is, where's Vexing Puzzle Box? Vexing Puzzle Box, and all will be one. Oh look, I'm Beyblading. Oh look, I'm Beyblading Vexing Puzzle Box. Which is an absolutely horrid combo. Okay, we have the Reaver Cleaver. We have Arcane Signet. We have the fucking Kindergarten Cop immediately. Get Faraday out. I want to play this and equip it on the same turn, so I'm going to Fable of the Mirror Breaker and Dolmen Gate, and then next turn Reaver Cleaver on. We're not going to be rolling dice, so this is going to be a 4/4. but it has trample. It doesn't take damage. Oh, we have fucking the art. I did not realize that we had Goldspan. But I think maybe we get like 4 treasures and then we trick them and we think, haha, Goldspan. And then we have Brainstorm, 1, 2, 3. That's not good. That's fucking bad, dude. Oh, that's so fucking bad for us. And then we hang the fuck out. We have like 1 million mana, but we can't roll dice. Okay. The biggest criticism I have of this deck as it is I think the treasure stuff and the energy stuff is too small of a side quest to really be consistent. I understand you're using, I'm sure Aetherworks Marvel can really pop off once you get the treasure going, but you have so few ways to get the treasure going. It's absolutely a sub-theme. That's the thing, is I don't think it's a sub-theme, I think it's a footnote. And I typically think, and like maybe you're okay with it being a footnote, I think it would be a lot better if it was truly a sub-theme. Aetherworks is another counter. Can you expand upon that? Because that is a word, but it is not part of a sentence that makes any sense. Oh, energy counters for the Piss Laser. That's true, but again, if the treasure generation isn't going crazy, you're not getting that many counters. Like, I understand this all works if you have the Reaver Cleaver, but if you don't get either the Reaver Cleaver or Ancient Copper Dragon, honestly, if you don't get one of these two, they're probably like kind of dead cards. And then Zorn is really just here as like a win more thing. So I would recommend focusing more or less on this. If it's working fine, it's working fine. You're the one who's playing the deck. But the small loan of $1 million plus Aetherworks Marvel, that part really, really seems like one corner of a garage that you keep saying you're going to convert into like a group D&D table, and it's going to have lights, camera, action. You're going to kidnap the cast of Critical Role and force them to play with you, and it's been 2 months and like nobody's gotten tied up and shipped to your house, dude. We got to make moves. I don't know, man. I'm just built different, I guess. Uncounterable response. Uncounterable response is I will simply draw it every time. Go off, Chief. Go off, Chief. I do like that it is commander damage and then boom, pocket sand, but it's actually Piss Laser. Laughing Kraken, thank you for the 4 months in a row with that Prime sub. I appreciate those Bezos bucks. Welcome to the dog home, my friend. And then I think your card draw is like relatively reliable. I do think because you lack engines, wheels wouldn't be that bad for you, but then again, maybe they might be. I don't know. But really, I'm a much bigger fan of the casual windfall. Oh, I don't know. Why the fuck did I put casual in it? The more I play Magic the Gathering, the more I'm like, yeah, every deck needs this. Every deck needs a little non-consensual mulligan as a treat. A lot of the draws in Faraday because gambling. That is true. Everything that says D20 on it doubles as 50-50 I get to draw a card, which does matter. Damn, you playing Wizard Spellbook? We need another Baldur's Gate set, bro. We're playing Wizard Spellbook. 7 mana. 7 mana, pretty please somebody else have played a good instant or sorcery. Or I guess you could hit yourself, but even then it's 7 mana, pretty please. I hope I drew good spells earlier. You are just, this is like, It's funny because we have like God's jankest combo happening between All Will Be One and Vexing Puzzle Box, and then the rest of the deck is just you getting it out of the fucking mud, trying to roll dice, trying desperately. Please, please let me play Yahtzee at the commander table. I swear I'm normal and I can be trusted with the D&D player's handbook. All right, let's get you on this personality matrix, my friend. Actually, I don't know, because you're not a liar. You weren't lying. You are doing a lot of gambling. So I think we're going to move you from here. You're not the cardboard was too shiny. I don't think you gave in to any, like, crazy synergy pieces. I don't think it's multiple decks in a trench coat. You have that weird footnote, but it's not totally detracting from what your deck is. It just doesn't have enough support. You did read what your cards did, so it's not the great literacy crisis like we had with Amber. I think, oh my god, it's functional, particularly because you hit me with the I'm just different. I just draw it. I just draw it, bro. Oh, actually, white bread, I'm with you. We're going to put a little English on what it's called. But yeah, two wildly different experiences based on whether or not Talamar assembles the Yahtzee orbital strike or if he just kills you with commander damage. Let's move on to Shuda's deck, part of the Trouper contingency. I think it could be said that I made a critical error in trying to make more serious decks in the past. Clearly, we need to embrace the gimmick, and what better gimmick than when Mauld doxed me as Nekusar? Well, joke's on you, Mauld. Here's what you get for that claim. A deck that tries to be Nekusar without being in any of his colors. Can this work? By the power of Jack Daniels, and God, it just might. Okay, oops, I'm colorblind. Mauldhound, October 30th, 2024. Shuda can't read. Shuda, 5 minutes later. Nekusar's colors are light gray and dark gray, right? Oh god. Alright, so it's Sergeant John Benton, 3 mana, Selesnya Nekusar. Trample and haste. When he hits you, you and that player draw that many cards. Oh, alright. Let's be honest with each other, Shuda. You talking about Nekusar? You talking to me about Nekusar? And you're going to bring gentrified Xyrus into my fucking stream? You're going to show me Xyrus, but a white man, and tell me that this is secretly Nekusar? Don't lie to me. We talked about this. Don't fucking lie to me. You're setting up a children's birthday party, but they are the piñata, and you're trying to tell me that's the type of laid-back Riz Lichlord behavior that Nekusar exhibits? You little fucking snake man. You little goddamn snake man. Mr. Rogers, thank you for the 3 months at Tier 1, my friend. Welcome back to the dog home. 8 out of 10 people hate revolving doors, but they'll come around. Right here, brother. Right here. Right here. I mean, John Benton is really like Xyrus, but you're just not Angie like that. Okay, Voltron protection, benefits to cards in hand. I mean, get your own. This is blue player shit right here. Get your own goddamn gimmick. Okay, so this is recursion. We trade stuff in our hand for stuff in our graveyard. This is actually a little bit clever, which I'm going to assume is the Jack Daniels talking. Anytime we see Shuda with a deep cut, I actually do have to give props to my goat Alcoholism. I may have beaten him, but it beat Shuda, and it appears to have been for the good of humanity. Inner Calm, Outer Strength. Target creature gets +X until end of turn, where X is the number of cards. I'm calling the goddamn plagiarism police. Because this has actually successfully stolen Nekusar's bag. Because I did not realize WotC had handed all of blue shit to green on a silver platter. Okay, we're ramping. Who cares? This is, I want to say that Azusa is insane, but I know it's not. It's just Xyrus, but I hate tubes. Sergeant John gets a promotion. What, he gets promoted to Twink? Okay, yeah, these are all, I mean, these are all just very, very good cards for the Voltron pickup. Stainless steel Dutch ovens. I'm not even going to question. This tag gives me mental damage. That said, Shuda is finally putting legitimate land counts in their decks. And so whatever. You go, bestie. Let me check Cloudbot. Cloudbot may not be working correctly. So let me check on my Cloudbot, and then we will make sure that those commands are going through. Oh yeah, Cloudbot was just off for some reason, so now the command should work. Save myself from discarding. Okay, we do have to... I think this is your potty training that we are going to have to break you of. I would believe Decanter. I'll let you keep the safety blanket of Decanter and Thought Vessel because at least it's a mana rock. But we can't be spending one of the cards in our deck just because we're afraid of having a good 7. If you get 20 cards and you keep the best 7, or actually, you know what? Nah, I take that back. I take that back because half of your deck is trying to just pick up half your deck and then chuck it at somebody like a brick. So you know what? We need more of these. I was wrong. I was wrong. If we have anything else that can break maximum hand size, put that shit in. Avison, thank you for those kind words about the Trinket Mage interview. I appreciate it. Let's see how it actually plays. This is such a good hand with the wrong condition on our dual land. So I'm going to tap this for Wild Growth. To tap this... You are a fucking madman. You are insane. Summer Bloom? Be for real. I think we just drop Benton turn 3. And then we both... So I draw 2, they draw 2, and then we do Delighted... No, we need to do Delighted Halfling for Benton. We keep Farmland up. We drop... Who cares? Avison. Jar Werewolf, thank you very much, my friend. I appreciate that. Mythoclast BM, thank you for that Prime sub. I appreciate those Bezos bucks. Welcome to the dog home, my friend. So what does this do? Stormseeker, you are smoking crack. Yeah, I think we do this, then this, and now he's an 8, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's neat, huh? That's a neat thing that we just did. All right, so here's where we need to talk about, like, some decks should just die in the drafting stage. And I don't think this deck needed to die, but I think a distinct problem with this deck is you've done a really good job of plagiarizing Nekusar. You have cards that care about punishing people for having cards in hand or drawing cards, which is what Nekusar wants to do. The problem is Sergeant John Benton is just so much better at murder that those cards end up wasted in the deck. Like the things we drew that said, where was it? It was like at the beginning of their end step, oh my god, you have more than 5 cards in hand, take 2, and we were about to threaten lethal commander damage on somebody. Like it's too functional, Shuda. It's not Tarkir block. It's not the Nekusar deck that didn't work on purpose. It is, like, it's just, it works, and it works too good for the dumbass bit you told me it was. Because you said, oh, I'm going to punish you for having cards in hand, and then you pulled out a Glock, and you just went, ga, 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 ga. And now it's like, haha, take 1 for having too many cards in hand. By the way, 27 commander damage. I'm just going to keep using that Vine Boom over and over and over. Samurai Jubei, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. So if anything, you are being punished for having cards in hand too, though. So Shroomy, that might be true. What I'm saying is this deck is talking about, like, this deck is about, or like, I'm going to torture you by tickling your toes, and then you rip my jawbone off and then tickle my toes. It is true that you are also tickling my toes, but when I'm talking about satisfying gameplay loops, or really what we're talking about is having the deck be memorable. When we talk about a gimmick and we talk about the gimmick being functional, these are things that contribute to the deck being a memorable time, and the deck and the memory you have associated with the deck being good, feeling like it was a flavorful and theatrical execution of what the gimmick was. And so I'm not saying you can't have two things. I'm saying the murder is so much better than the hand punish that the hand punish is probably not a very memorable part of the deck. Now, what I do think is Sergeant John Benton, but he's actually blue, is very memorable because of how you're Voltroning him. This is a, you know, I don't know if it's unique for John Benton decks, but this is a very unique way for Selesnya to Voltron somebody. But all 8 of these cards, I don't know how quickly everybody else shoots military people in the head in your playgroup, but other than Multani, I think Multani's memorable. I think the rest don't create nearly. I don't think the rest create nearly enough pressure to be as memorable as them going, oh god, oh fuck, John Benton is a 2022. Samurai Jubei, thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoyed that game. So Jibber Jabbo, Samurai Jubei, Cami Cage, Racco the Great, Chemical Pine, and Ulkan, thank you for the Twitch follows. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. True Jeebus, thank you for the Prime sub. Welcome to the dog home. Oh, true. This deck is the anime character that is disappointed because they can never show their true power because they kill everybody with 20%. You tried to make Nekusar, and you made fucking Aizen. That's what happened here. Is this deck really wants to talk its shit, and you just like Goku scream, and the person evaporates, and you don't get to do the bit of the deck, which is punish enemies for the card draw because they're already dead. So my problem is when I make a gimmick, it's too good, but when I aim for good, I'm just bad. A little bit. I mean, the Tarkir deck was playable. I wouldn't say it's too much of a problem. I like this deck. Really what I'm saying is you have room for it to grow even further because I think you have 7 cards to... No, you have 6. because Psychosis Crawler I think is also good. But I think you have 6 cards where you get to experiment with other stuff, and everything else about this deck is hot as fuck. So that's an A, baby. 94%. That's an A. I think this time we're gonna let you cook, Shuda. This time whisk it up. I'm saying put like a little bit of paprika in there rather than the oregano that you currently have. But other than that, I like it. I think it's a faithful execution of what you set out to be, and you just, like Saitama, did not appreciate the power of your own punches. So thank you very much for submitting, my friend. Gotta be kidding. Thank you for the Twitch follow. And Craft Value, thank you for the Twitch follow as well. Welcome to the doghouse, my friends. Let's hit that random smasher pass. Yes, both. I'm assuming they can either get as big as me or shrink me down to size. What the fuck is up with that smile? Who cares? Hey, who cares? We're going to move on to the 4 best games deck, but I'll answer Lauren's question. What do you think about Trinket Mage and what he has to say about the game? That I don't know. I'm gonna be unsettlingly forthright with you guys. I have not watched any of this man's videos. I know that he's considered to be a relative authority on a number of things about Commander. I've not watched any of his videos straight through, but he was a great time to talk to, and the things he said in that podcast made sense to me. I also have not watched much of Salubrious Snail's videos, but I clench my fist like fucking Arthur every time he uploads. I get mad as fuck. I get mad as fuck every time Salubrious Snail uploads. And then same goes for Elk. This was the first time I had met any of them personally, and I got along with them really well, and that's about as much as I can say about my opinions of them. McMammoth, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. Okay. You know what? No. Who fucking raised you? This is the 83rd Omnath deck I've seen in my life. And you know what I already know about it? I know you're not drawing cards. Oh my god. The camera's fucked up. Everybody start tagging Def Cat in here. We're going back to normal. I'm just going to hit you with vine booms over and over. You piece of shit. Look into my eyes. Look into my eyes, even though they're small. In the YouTube edit, we're going to make it really big. Look into my goddamn eyes. What is wrong with you, huh? Green doesn't have enough mana. You don't have enough Voltron. You need to keep it between end steps and pretend like you're going to ever play at instant speed and not play Dragon Ball Z Budokai 13 on your phone in between all of our turns. You monster. So let's talk about what I know about this deck already. What I know about this deck already is that it's never drawn an extra card in its entire fucking life. I know that it has landfall for no reason. I know that its mana curve looks like a fucking skyscraper at 10. And that's it. At 10 and 2, it looks like a goddamn football field goal uprights. Because it's just ramp spells and big gigantic assholes. And let's see if that plays out. Who would you say is your favorite not large MTG YouTuber? I don't know that I have a favorite just because I don't watch other people's stuff very much. I'm going to bed because life is exhausting. All right, good night, Dark. Have a good day. So let's see what you got. Fuck it. Hey, fuck it, right? Fuck it. I have Eldrazi mana. Fuck it, Tentacle. Fuck it, Landfall. Line them up. Line them up, knock them down. A small, reasonable ramp spell. I'm going to vomit. You better have card draw. Top 10 Tarkier cards. Okay, this is a card draw. Yada Yada, blue ass card. Best mechanic in the game, and all you have to say about it is yada yada. I swear, dude. Yada Yada, red removal. Yada Yada. You know what? You know what? Now I accept it. I know that this is part of your project where it's like spiritually this is the most green you can ever get. And I think emotionally the most green response to playing legitimate parts of the game is to go yada yada nerd shit. I was off. I'm back on. Bound lands are pink. I'm back off. Dude. No. Actually, you're in a landfall deck, so fuck, God damn it, you're right. Throwing the jelly bean at your face. So this is just getting it through, I presume. Yeah, it looks like this is like trample, make even bigger, etc., etc. Demigod79 and Yerpcraft and McMammoth, thank you very much for the Twitch follows. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. Okay, let's see how effective your ramp actually is. Oh, we don't have the twin towers. This is honestly wildly responsible for a mono green deck. Sure Strike Trident. Oh god, Omnath has a gun. That's gonna be horrifying. Doubling fucking doubling cube? God damn it, dude. So now we tap 4, right? We float it. I think if we double it this turn, like we go down to 2, so it's not actually worth it. How do you choose decks to roast on stream? It's done via Patreon right now, Butthurt. Leviathan of Greed, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. Okay, we have removal. Okay, this is hexproof. We have 4/4 commander. I want a Seedborn Muse. So here's the thing about Seedborn Musing, right? Is you die. Not in Commander, in real life. If my curve out is doubling cube Omnath Seedborn Muse, I don't know who you play with. I'm not getting home. So that's what I'm thinking about. I'm never thinking about mechanically what is the best play in this game. I'm always thinking about how do I keep my teeth? How do I keep my teeth in the order they are currently in? And you are trying to get some free dental right now. You're trying to get some free, very low quality dental from Tyler. Garrett, thank you for the tier 1 Twitch sub, my goat. We'll be playing Terraria later, I promise. Welcome back to the dog home. So I'm going to play Courser of Crufix to try to keep my fucking teeth. Oh, look at that. We'll flip this. We'll make everybody feel a lot better about what's happening. Wow, look at that. And we're up to like 5 mana. So now we're like, oh no, we're like it's kind of not going great. Oh no. We're gonna Grafted Growth. We'll put it on him. We have like 6 mana floating right now. Let me add counters to this to track. So on somebody's turn, we do the doubling cube thing, and we would net up to 10. And oh my god, we'll play this. Oh my god, that's so cool. Oh my god. So this guy is fucking 12/12. And now I'm gonna say, oh god, it's turn 7. I've gassed out. The game needs to end. We would need to spend 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need 8. So we go down to 8 mana, meaning this guy's a 10/10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I realize we're not going to get the cast trigger, but fuck 'em, we ball. See, and now we put out Seedborn Muse, and everybody is already freaking out so goddamn hard that it's cool. They're barely even going to notice. They're barely even going to notice. I sharded 69. Thank you very much for that Prime sub. Welcome to the dog home, my friend. This is awful. Everybody dies. I want to be so clear. Over the rest of this game, we just... Let's go to some live gameplay. There we go. This is live gameplay of this Omnath deck. I mean, I think really this is the perfect execution of the green deck. We had everything. We had a mechanically optimal curve out that no sane person would have done, and the green player still wanted to do it despite the fact it would have gotten them put into a body bag. We have all of the cards that actually make the deck work being referred to as yada yada bullshit. We have a no reason tentacle monster. It's just... I can't even say like, oh, you need a better Eldrazi to close the game out, because this is your Eldrazi that closes the game out. I'm not letting you cook. I want you to know that right now. I'm gonna say this is classic art. The 4 best game. This might be the best impressionist painting of a giant dookie that I have ever seen in my life. Best impressionist painting of a big old shit on my head. Everybody clap, not loudly. Everybody clap gently and softly and in a reserved manner. They executed it perfectly. Now, what they were executing is heinous and awful, but I will give flowers to good execution when I see it. Change nothing about the deck, change everything about yourself, please and thank you. Snowflame fan, what's the best way to get anything out of the graveyard whenever I want besides Muldrotha of the Gravetide? It is going to come down to the type of commander you're running, but in general, green is the best at getting anything you want out. Well, green is the best at getting permanents back out of the graveyard. Blue is the best at getting non-permanent things back out of the graveyard. So if you are in like Simic, you can always do everything. Red will do it, but fire sale, limited time only. Oh, black can also do it, but they do it mostly with creatures or theft. P. Barino, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse. If we're talking about consistently over and over, Conduit of Worlds, that will hit any non-land permanent. If we're talking about consistently for instants and sorceries, I don't know of engines that do it. I know of a lot of cards, the most famous one being Snapcaster Mage, that will let you spin the block. And I think black does it a lot with creatures, but green is like the king of, hey, you see that thing that was in your graveyard? Fuck it, you got it back. Like, look at this asshole. As long as it's your turn, non-land permanent cards in your graveyard have retrace, which means you can trade a land to just get the non-land permanent back. Oh, and then another good shout is our Chaomancer. Yeah, this is like the quintessential blue, get instant or sorcery back into my hand. ZH Clockwork, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. Angel of Darkness, I fucking love Wendy's. I fuck with Wendy's hard. I fuck with Wendy's heavy even. We're going to keep it moving to Boxy's deck to remind everyone of the schedule for the rest of the night. It is Boxy, Trouper, Huga, and then a Hobo 8 Gym. So let's get it poppin'. This is the wrong thing to put the Moxfield link in. Currently a kind of dumb deck with some powerful cards. Hope to make it much stronger and like 100% a scary deck, but I don't really know what I'm doing. Goal is to spam out wizards and tokens through commander and do small pings and other damage, plus a bunch of tokens for combat damage. Also some control. The cards that are listed in foil are the ones that I own, and I'd just like to know if it'd be worth it to build the rest of the deck this way in order to achieve the scary goal. Wizarding World Systemic Oppression. Okay, so Harry Potter gritty reboot. I don't know how to not build dumb aggro creatures. I'm pretty sure you've accidentally built combo, dog. All right, Commander, Anala Archmage Ritualist. So for those of you that don't know, this is one of the most complicated CEDH commanders in the world because of all the cloning and all the different fucked up Anala lines you can do. It is like unironically beautiful mind level shit. $1,500. I'm assuming proxied everything but I'm assuming everything proxied except for the foils. Now what I want to call attention to is the line in the primer that said spam wizards and tokens through commander, do pings, other damage, have tokens, also some control. Like, I want to do damage and draw cards and punch people in the face and make tokens and 55 burgers and tuck me into bed at night and counterspell everything I don't like and do graveyard hate and call me a good boy and let me touch some titties and please, 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 please. Like, that's what we're asking for. What we can do for you with Anala, I can give you an Excel spreadsheet. I can email you an Excel spreadsheet for the 27-step Anala Mage combo, and that's it. So if we want to do dumb aggro creatures, it will be a little tough. It's not built yet. Foils are just what I have. Got it. Islore, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. We're switching from YouTube to Twitch. Every streamer lies and says they're equal, but they always love Twitch chat more. So we will come right back to Anala in a second. I'm going to explain why that is. In Twitch's TOS, they specifically say if you ever spend more time reading chat from a non-Twitch source than you do Twitch, we will ban you. You are only allowed to multi-stream so long as Twitch chat is what you spend the majority of your time reacting to. And so what ends up happening is Twitch chat always gets favored because it's dangerous to try to split it exactly 50-50. Angel of Darkness, I saw you comment booger balls. Look at that, 10% of the react time. And so it's always safer to lean more towards Twitch, even if it is kind of being a bitch for real, because if we try to skate it right on the line, or God forbid we respond more to YouTube chat than anywhere else, they just tell us to go fuck ourselves. And the bread matters. Jedam, hit me with that personal question when you want to. I mean, that's the thing, right? It's like, it's their platform, so they're allowed to make whatever rules they want. And it's up to me for to still try to give love to YouTube chat, because like the thing is, it's weird because on a streaming perspective, the Twitch stream is much more financially viable than the YouTube stream, but from an overall content perspective, everything comes down to YouTube. So I got a lot of love for YouTube. Dylan, I have no tips on Turkish Delight. I am like a grill dad. That's what I make the best. That's the only thing I can really give you tips on. And then Kermit's, we have a personal question from you as well. Hit me with it when you want to, but we're going to get back to looking at this Anala deck for the time being. Favorite grill recipe? I mean, I haven't gotten really into making my own briskets, but it's always steak. Like a good porterhouse is just like so crazy good. No, Islor, it's not a distraction at all. I mean, it's no more a distraction than the thoughts that are kind of always running around in my head. But let's get back to Boxchan trying to solve everything in his life with Anala Archmage Ritualist. Jeffrey, I'll come back to that ad question after we finish Boxy's roast. Henry CPS, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse. Okay. Yeah. Our aura is currently in the graveyard. Oh, copy wizard, sure. Oh, racist piss laser, I love that. If an opponent would lose life, they lose twice that much. I mean, sure, kind of. I'm already worried about the curve. It's not the worst. It's not very greedy at the top end. Having a lot of stuff at 4 mana without access to green is like crazy bad. This is the most boring I'm gonna get on the stream, but this is like telling me you haven't filed a tax return for 4 years. Like, to you, it's just like, oh, you know, whatever, I just got a little behind. To anybody who knows what the fuck is up, we're all just like, like, that's what's gonna happen to you, is they're gonna take you out back. Alaren, thank you for gifting 5 community subs. Welcome to Dog Heaven, my friend. So I'm definitely worried about that. At 29 creatures, that's probably right for the number of creatures you need, and 37 lands is a lot, but you may need more mana rocks to make this work. No, dude, you need more Riz. Here's the thing. If you're not going to do the CEDH combo, fuck this card forever. If you want to do the CEDH combo, that's fine. And then we got to change a lot of other shit about the deck. But this is like just for I'm comboing off. And the gulf between how strong the deck is when you're running the CEDH package versus not is so big that I would leave them separate. Like, there's no world where you can go like, oh, it's a scary deck, and then sometimes at the Oracle consults, either you are about your bullshit or you are not. And so I think if you want to play the Oracle combo, that is valid. We just got to get you Microsoft Excel, and we got to get you a flowchart with that fucking combo, and we got to really show up. Because this is just like, the Thoracle Consult combo is like having a friend that randomly shits themselves, where it just ends really unexpectedly and in a very, very anticlimactic way. And so like either you got to bring a bunch of diapers or you got to stop shitting yourself. Oh, Kermit's, thank you so much. I don't know Hilda well enough. Sometimes one must casually see EDH it out. Yeah, like that's kind of what we're between, is I would either do more CEDH level stuff or less. So like what is our, because the foil package is what you own, right? And you're trying to see if it's worth it to build the thing totally with the foils that you have. So we have Anala. This looks like we have a tutor. We have Kindred Charge, which makes token copies of all of our wizards. So we have a little bit of racism, a lot of bit of racism. There's our other ones. Impact Tremors. So this is probably why we're going for this like aggro beatdown. And then, oh fuck, oh god, dude. So I think, so we have tutors, we have racism, and we have every blue card that makes you want to piss. I think Impact Tremors and Warstorm Surge probably just go in a different deck. Anala is the type of commander where you can 100% afford to have multiple decks for them. You can have one deck that is CEDH level and uses your Rhystic Study and uses your Imperial Seal, and it might even use your like Kindred stuff too. Unlikely, but it might. And then you can have another more relaxed Anala deck where it is like just about the beatdown. But I think trying to split yourself between I'm gonna beat down and then also I'm gonna fucking mind break trap somebody. You got fucking slimed in here, dog. What's going on? Blackspire, don't you dare. Don't you dare. Diciaro MTG. No, Diciarot MG. Thank you very much for the Twitch follow. Welcome back to the dog home. I appreciate those Bezos bucks. Congrats on quitting your job. Thank you, my friend. And then Cripple Dizzle and Immune 2. Thank you for the Twitch follows. Welcome to the dog house. So like, let's see how it plays right now. We have no lands, so we will be forced to mulligan. We have Reliquary Tower. That's aspirational. You believe in yourself, huh? Wizard. And then probably just get a 1/1 onto the field. Oh no, we're going to wait because this is fucking Eminence. Jesus, this is fucking Eminence. Yeah, we're going to wait one turn. We'll play a Reliquary Tower. We'll play Impact Tremors here. See you tomorrow, Lauren. Thank you for coming by the stream. Will Siren Storm Tamer pay extra? And I'm going to track on Impact Tremors how much damage we deal. Oh, well then, so Kilroy, assume that I played this like not a dumbass. Anytime you guys see me playtest a deck and I order things wrong, no, I didn't. That's the power of Pine Sol and your own imagination. So we're going to get Storm Tamer, we'll get a second Storm Tamer, and we'll just use it to deal some damage. I think we play Necropolis, just to get the tap land out of the way. Let's assume we have to negate something. 5 p.m. Pacific, Alarin. And then we'll island. So I'm going to do something. I'm going to commit cookery. I'm going to do Venser. We're going to pay the extra. This Venser will bounce something problematic. This Venser... Oh, wait. So the token copy is going to enter for... Yeah. So the token copy will bounce something else. This Venser is going to bounce himself. Oh, it's a legendary. God damn it. Never mind. Cookery over. Cookery over. This deck sucks, man. This deck sucks. Okay. So then I think, even if we're still paying, so we have like 6 Impact Tremors creatures. We can get Anala down. Then we can Archmage of Echoes. But like the thing is, this is turn 8. We can't even copy Archmage of Echoes. We have no chance of comboing off. We've put down very little board pressure because wizards are dog shit at fighting. I'm walking around a lot when I work. Could you pretty please read Anala for me, Mr. Mauld? Yeah. Eminence. Whenever another non-token wizard enters the battlefield under your control, Pog. If Anala, Archmage Ritualist, is in the command zone or on the battlefield, you may pay 1 colorless mana, because we see past color here. If you do, create a token that's a copy of that wizard. That token pogs off and gains haste. Exile it at the beginning of the next end step. Tap 5 untapped wizards you control. Target player loses 7 life and 10 points of Riz. There you go, Jomi. Yeah, so here's my main thing, Box, is if you want to do Anala, and you want to do it for your high power table, which I know you play at a very particular table full of insane people. If you want to play with those, I would start doing some combos. If you want to do aggro, a big problem with wizards is that they're dog shit at fighting. They're not very good at punching. Famously, it's why they use magic and not MMA. And what this playtest has shown us is that a lot of the wizards that you put down don't have a very commanding board presence. So if you want to do wizards and you want to, like, you know, psych your table out by making them think you're doing combo, but actually I just beat you to death, you need all of the kindred buffs that are going to make your wizards good at fighting. I'm trying to think of what they are offhand, but these are all the things that give you like +1/+1 over and over and over for being, in your case, not racist, but classist. Coat of arms would be classist for you. And there's like 5 more of these that are all useful. I do believe you have shared animosity in this deck list. Yeah, Banner of Kinship would be good for you. Patchwork Banner, somewhat playable mana rock. Door of Destinies. So really, I think what's going on here is your primer is for a deck that you did not send me. Your primer is for a deck called Wizards Crash Out. And the deck list that you have is help, help, somebody stole the combos out of my CEDH deck and they just left me with the weird fish one. And those are the 2 decks you have. And so I would look up some Anala CEDH lists and I would proxy one of those to play at like the crazy high level. And then I would drop, let's see, you have, oh, do you have shared animosity? Oh, no, you don't. Oh, I just hallucinated that shit. Then I would get shared animosity and I would get, I'm just pulling all the suggestions from chat. The next one's Heraldic Banner. Yeah, this is still like a little soft, but you're in 3 colors, so you need the fixing. And then you have you can have the normal Kindred stuff like Kindred, Discovery, etc., etc. So I would try out building and playtesting those 2 decks. We have one that is Wizards Crash Out, and then you try out the Anala CEDH combos. Like, let's look at, like, I just want us to appreciate the Odyssey. It's 20 steps, you guys. This is what you're going to be doing. If you ever run out of ADHD medication and you need to just completely fry your brain to get to sleep one day, just practice the Anala CEDH combo. It'll be great. It's like flashcards. And then you have another combo you can repeat over and over and over again. Also got a rec for Descendants Fury. You can sacrifice them, reveal cards until you... Oh, this is so fucking hot. What? Yeah, absolutely. Okay, you have one deck that is based around Descendants Fury, and all of your fake wizards just create new wizards for you. And then we need kindred shit like Bloodline Pretender that is going to make your wizards buff. Yeah, this is absurd. Because you just get to turn your sacrificing token wizards into random other wizard. Which, like, most of these are still playable. A lot of them are, like... And the thing is, we're going to need to cut some wizards that are going to seem weird to cut. Because, like, Baral pretty much matters for combo Anala. He sucks pretty bad here. Archaeomancer may be playable, but probably not. We want like wizards with good ETBs. We want Curiosity Crafter to draw even more cards. Get this guy the fuck out of here. Sucks in combo Anala too. Oh fuck. The weirdest one, thank you for the 5 months at tier 1, my friend. Welcome back to the dog home. Is Riz like Infect in reverse? Yeah, it's Infect, but you like it, is what Riz is. Oh yeah, and if you're going to crash out with wizards, this would not be a bad wizard to have. You can end the turn to keep the token wizard you created with Anala. Gale Caster Colossus. Let's see what that is. Sure, fuck it. This is more control, but you can just bounce all the blockers and tell everybody to fuck off and die. Why not? This one's okay, but this is more of like a soft stacks piece than it is like a true wizard deck. So that's what I would do is I would look at the things that you have in here because they support combos, and I would strip them for Trenbolone injections. And I would just pump up the jams. I would make your wizards pump up their bodies. And once you have a very, very sexy wizard body, I would beat everybody to death with them. Yeah, Spellseeker got to get the fuck up out of here. We are evicting them immediately. Should I add damage multipliers to replace some of the combo? I would add like damage multipliers or more pingers. Because I think there are more pingers than Perforos, God of the Forge, and Impact Tremors. 1 second. So we're going to look for this. We're going to look for this in Is It. Well, that doesn't make any goddamn sense. PA, thank you for the $10 donation, my friend. Welcome to Dog Heaven. I appreciate that very much. Okay, so this is a rogue. Would not be a bad pinger. Also has an offspring cost, which means you can get an extra copy of them. What's up, Sam? Thank you for coming by the stream, my friend. I'm almost positive. Oh, this is creature, so that's a little bit worse. Me when my creature enters. Who else would be good for this? There's Molten Gatekeeper, which is another good version of this. So if you go heavier on pingers, then I would get in some damage doublers. You could go like, if you want to go aggro beatdown, Furnace of Wrath is one of my favorite cards for that because it does not play defensive at all. I hate people who are like, I'm playing aggro, and then they try to defend themselves. Just crash out harder than anybody else can. And Furnace of Wrath is perfect for that because it will double your pings and it will double combat damage, and you're like, oh my god, the crackback. There's no crackback if they're dead. There's no crackback from a dead body. So that type of damage doubler would be very hot for you. Yeah, Sam, I'm happy to, but it is a Patreon redeem at this time. It's full for this month, but there will be there will be time to try next month. Oh yeah, City on Fire would also be a good tripler because you are likely to have a ton of creatures, and so Convoke is going to be very strong for you here. So that's what I would do, is yeah, Descent into Avernus to put the clock on, get some damage doublers, some pingers, and some classist steroids, and then you'll have a pretty good time. We're going to move on to Trouper's deck. After making several debates on which deck to come first after such a vicious thrashing, for those of you who don't know what that means, our friend Trouper submitted the world's worst budget Eldrazi deck. I have ever seen last month. I figured it was best to go back to my roots. I've got some experimental stuff for me I could serve, read, a normal-ass Azorius deck, but Chef wants a well-cooked meal. And this is what I get for trying to use bargain squid to make an actual meal. Time to prove I'm not the worst chef in the kitchen. Behold, Phyrexians. That is a crazy fucking thing you said to prove to me that you're better now. I'm going to go to the bathroom. Everybody else, let's start guessing how many Praetors they used. Aborn Winrar, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. All right. Oh God, it is $150. So we're already back into budget town. 7 minutes ago. No, we're going to history first. What'd you change? Okay, 5 hours ago, we removed a 3-mana life gain card from the sideboard. I agree with that decision. 16 days ago, we put in doubling season. Here's the budget for the deck. Missing number, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. Okay, let's go back to the deck list. Let's see how hard these Phyrexians can goon. So it is Glissa, Herald of Predation, 5 mana. At the beginning of combat on your turn, choose 1. Incubate 2 twice, which means you make an incubator token that can turn into a Phyrexian later. Transform all incubator tokens you control or Phyrexians you control gain first strike and death touch until end of turn. So that is 5 mana for 2 abilities that are worth maybe 1 mana apiece. The last ability, very good for combat. Those first 2 abilities, holy hot damn, those are terrible. This D-Man 9, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. Consume, enhance, incubate. Blight Titan. Mill 2, incubate X, where X is the number of creature cards in the graveyard. I could believe in this. I'm not sure I do, but I could believe in this. Incubate 2 on ETB. Incubate 5. Elvish Vat Keeper, incubate 2. But transform an incubator token, so make it twice as big as it otherwise would be. Incubate X twice where X is lands. We have 36 of them. Incubate 5. Hey man, I bet this shit kills at draft. I bet at pre-release, and March of the Machines pre-release, I bet you fuck them up. I bet you fucked them right up. 5 rocks. How could you? How could you, bro? Draw adjacent. Draw. You better have real card draw. You better have real card draw too. You better not just have fucking draw adjacent and breach the multiverse. And a tutor. When a Phyrexian you control dies, surveil 1, draw adjacent. I'm gonna crash out. Okay, give trample, sure. This isn't even other creatures though. This is just this is 2 board-wide buffs and then holy shit, this guy is fucking huge, bro. $11 pieces of removal. A lot of proliferate, which makes sense if we have this many tokens. 10 pieces of ramp. Wayward Devil, thank you for the 5 gifted tier 1 subs. Welcome to Dog Heaven, my friend. Doubling effects. Again, makes sense if we're trying to do +1/+1 counters. Save me from myself. Coward's way out, man. Coward's way out when we got all these chump blockers. We have Praetors at home. Blight Titan. This is like DC Comics versus the Avengers. Braids. Breach the Multiverse. Copper Host. Jesus Christ. An 8 mana 8/8. Trouper, what's going on? I mean, Trample and Hexproof, but this is like first with the overcosted minion producer, and now this is just kids TV show bad guy behavior. This is like they've broken past our lines. Release the creature. Send in the dog. Okay, and then truly heinous bullshit. Truly heinous bullshit. Send in the creature again. And then this card saves the entire deck. Shadow Walker, thank you for the 100-bit cheer. Hype bits indeed. And Drexia808, thank you for the 100-bit cheer as well. Okay. I want to see this play tested because I either believe in this deck a ton or don't believe in it at all based on how well this incubating happens. Blighted Woodland is crazy. We're going to turn 1 Hardened Scales just to scare the hoes. Not for anything else. Fuck somebody's favorite card in particular. Jellybean695, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. Well, we can't sign in blood, but we can Kodama's Reach. So we'll swamp, and we'll forest. And now we will Glissa. So we're going to incubate for 2 twice. Then next turn, we'll play this tapped. I think we probably Blighted Woodland. Fuck it, swamps. Incubate 2 twice, right? Like, let's just keep making incubator tokens. This D-Man9, thank you for the tier 1 Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. It's not 3 yet, Shadow Walker. Hardened Scales doesn't care until they're +1/+1 counters, and I don't think the incubator... Oh, no. It is a... I thought the counters were different until you flipped them. So they're all 3. They're all 3. And then the turn after that, we can do a hot Blight Titan, incubate for... No, our fucking guy! The creature! What are we gonna do without the creature? So we incubate 1, which becomes incubate 2. Oh, it is just creatures. So this is just 2. So we've kind of... We're looking a little... I'm not gonna write your whole name yet. But we're gonna write, because hardened scale is kind of not working. And then, I mean, we can transform them. And we have some interaction. We have some card draw. So we can draw 2. And now doubling season. And this probably fixes the deck. I think what I disagree with the most is I think that this should be like Phyrexians run your pockets. I think this should either you should commit to more overrun, or you should commit to like on hit steal effects. And I'm thinking about like Rev for that. Like look at our sweet anime waifu, turns every creature into better Ragavan. And because to me the best part of Glissa is the ability to give first strike and death touch. Quick hit with a poop knife is so much stronger than make a 2/2. The deck managed to be the biggest threat at a table of modern precons. Rev looks dope. Trouper, I believe that happened. My question about the context of that, but maybe you got a good run out. Maybe you really played politics well. Were you the biggest threat from the beginning, or did they look away from you for about 10 minutes and then look back and suddenly you had 8 million incubator tokens? Because that seems like what this deck can really do, is fly under the radar for like 5 minutes and then pop out and show them. Nerd Girl, what's up, my friend? Good to see you. Shub Takarath, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. I was not little guysing. Shuda was on my ass from turn 2. Okay, having a dedicated hater is different from being the biggest threat. I have dedicated haters. That's different business. 200% nuclear and one love. Thank you for the Twitch follows. Welcome to my welcome to my doghouse, which is still technically correct. Also, shout out my goat MTG Nerd Girl, continuously puts me on her Commander show, which, by the way, we had an episode out earlier this week. I definitely should have had it bookmarked. Nobody look at this. I watch League of Legends and I watch Smash Bros content, and that's it. Hey, go watch this video. It's good for you, probably. It's good for you, probably. You get to see me play Storm very badly. Prehensile Wang and Sojiro MC, thank you for the Twitch follows as well. Welcome to the doghouse. Like every time you play Storm, shut up, I'll kiss you, Will. I swear, dude. Overall, what I would say is Trouper. Okay, Shuda has the context. To put it in context, I was on Trouper's ass. They politicked me as the threat and got me killed and then blew up the table. Okay, so you gaslit well. That is a separate function from the deck being cranked. Having one person who knows you're a little bitch and you flipping it on them and then everybody else reaping the consequences is different. Am I about to end stream? No, we've got a while left, Arya. Who is my favorite Smash Pro? It's easily this man, Light. He's a Fox main. He rolls his sleeves up whenever he plays Fox. I love him. I love him so much. Did you gaslight well, or did Shuda self-implicate? True. I like this. I do think you're like God, if just this feels very horror movie Commander to me, where if anybody can do a little bit of math and they shoot you immediately, they just avoid so much shit. They just avoid so much shit instantly. What I would recommend to make it better is I do not think incubating, I don't think other sources of incubation are all that valuable for you, and I especially don't believe that you can fill your graveyard effectively enough for Blight Titans. So what I'm going to recommend is either you get more combat damage triggers from black and you lean into like Phyrexians pickpocket you, or you just do more overrun to turn this like first strike death touch into full-on explosions. So you, I believe, jokingly mentioned Defiler of Vigor, but like, fuck yeah, that would work. Hell yeah, that would work. You could also do incredibly good overrun card, Beastmaster Ascension. See, here's the thing, you guys. Oh, Rev the Extractor costs this much. Oh, Phyrexian Arena costs this much. Every card costs printer ink. Every card. I got a proxied forest around here. I got a proxied forest somewhere on my desk that I'm not going to find right now, but it exists. Actual fact. Oh, no. Trouper, look. Trouper, you got to look. Trouper, are you looking? Trouper, look. So what you're going to do is you're going to pay 37 cents for this card, and you're going to pay $200 for an Elgato Stream Deck, and every time you cast this card, you're going to go... You're going to look them dead in the eyes, and you're going to have this under the table, and you're going to be doing it with your feet, and you're going to go, I tap 7, I cast Preposterous Proportions. Done. Isn't Triumph of the Hordes on flavor? Triumph of the Hordes would be another good overrun finisher. So I would say, yeah, the incubate cards probably aren't that great, but what is probably really great for you is converting your incubation into murder. So let's keep it pushing. Oh, let's put you on here. So I would cut Hardened Scales. I do think that's a non-bow, but that was the only non-bow in the deck, and so I'm not going to come down on you too hard. Lemur version is better. There's a Lemur version of fucking Preposterous Proportions. Hold on. Oh shit, yeah, you get this one. You get Mort. Mort crashes out. Hey, Cobb Sloppington, what's up, my friend? Yeah, Mort gets pushed to the breaking point. Smack Talker Skywalker, my night's going very, very well. I've had a lot of fun this stream. We're going to be pushing it on to Huga 1204's deck once we put our good buddy Trouper onto the PowerPoint. I think, oh my god, it's functional. Like, I think this is a playable deck, especially compared to that like 20 cents pile of undercooked calamari that you sent in last month, which I still love very much, but it was discount bin calamari. This is a playable deck. It has one non-bow, and I think you're focusing a little bit in the wrong spot, but not really too much. Earth Guy Jim, thank you very much for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. Now we're going to keep it pushing to Huga 1204's deck. This deck is smooth of brain and full of violence. Mama K has only one plan and she ain't deviating. She's going to punch you in the face as many times as she can before the bell goes off. There is no bell. All right. I want to preface that all my tags aren't bangers this time around. That's okay, buddy. So PsyOp, the deck roasts are currently done through Patreon. Okay, we have tags on. AC30. So there's protection? Yeah. Okay, a lot of protection, which, Jesus Christ, what's our curve, buddy? What's your credit card debt look like, Huga? Can we Can we redact, if we redact the information, can we release your last credit card statement? Because that shit is probably insane. This is like new Mustang lease every year. You just have a mana brick. Yeah, we have the mana brick. This is the mana cheese wheel. It's like my life is funded through Christmas money from grandma. Statistically insignificant mana curve. This mana curve would fail a twin-tailed p-test, dog. You do not have standard deviations. You lack a standard deviation. Alright, so we gotta fix that for sure. But we have a lot of protection. Somebody played Urza against us once and we're mad about it. Enough card draw, which is impressive. Although this is where the curve goes wrong because it's all fucking wildly expensive. Cobb Sloppington, it is through Patreon currently. I broke the bell. So this is, oh good, an infinite. That's what or not even an infinite, a non-deterministic infinite. Hell yeah. I'm good. I'm good. Okay. In my defense, it's meant to be scary. All right, Huga, let's talk about that. In your offense, against you, here's what I'm going to say. 2-card combos are very strong. The deck as a whole being scary is a little bit different because you have your 2 commanders are 5 mana and 6 mana, and everybody knows what the fuck is up as soon as she shows up in the command zone. The only group irresponsible enough to let you put a disaster like this in motion this many turns out with this bad of a curve is the US electorate, all right? Unless you are playing against the electors of Georgia or Texas, it's not happening. They're gonna act. Okay, unless you are playing this deck exclusively in the Rust Belt, they're going to smell what the fuck you are cooking, and it's not going to end well for you. And you cannot fix that just by throwing in some 2-card combos. Joke's on you, I'm in Wisconsin. Damn, okay. Yeah, you can play the deck there. All right, you can play the deck there. But yeah, I think the thing is when the curve is like this, we're going to prove it when we go to the playtesting. But when your curve is like this, unless your ramp package is, 17, but unless it really comes together every game, what's probably going to happen is you have a particularly stiff pool noodle that sometimes fucking explodes. When you get Godo and you get a bunch of mana, or when you get both of these cards out, and in every other situation, it probably hangs out like crazy. It probably just hangs nuts. But let's play test it to see. Dog, who did you pay off at Moxfield? Like I'm about to use words. I'm about to use word. You don't have shit on top, though. Let's see what's on top. That'll stay. Who the fuck cares? I'm so fucking mad, dude. Nobody talk to me. Nobody talk to me. Oh, yeah, sure. Why wouldn't my mana be fixed? Hold on. Let's get 5 lands. Let's get 5 random fucking lands out here that are just gonna goddamn work. Okay. End step. Hey, we get Taiga. Nobody fucking speak to me. End step, we get this. This taps for 4 now, by the way. This taps for fucking 4. I'm sure we have enough mana. Why wouldn't we? I'm sure we have enough mana. I hate you. I hate you. Okay, but to be perfectly honest about this playtest is we've shit mana, and if we get our commander removed, or even worse, if we get Old Gnawbone removed, we legitimately do not have a fucking thing to do because we cannot draw cards. Even when we're in red, which has a lot of ability to impulse draw, BBL draw, etc. So let's see what happens if... Yeah, hey, lands on top, right? But it's on top this time. But now it matters, so it'll be on top this time. How about this time? Okay, just turn 4. But, you know, we gotta wait till turn 5, because our land enters tapped. And now, at long last, we can play Delighted Halfling and Sword of the Animist. Can we play our commander? No. We can play Gwenna. Turn 7. Now we can play our commander. And Gwenna will untap. That's pretty fucking cool. We can only use it on creatures. So up the beanstalk, commander's plate, that's all out. We have a wildly expensive monkey. For how many... So now we're at turn 8. We have no way to threaten commander damage. The best thing we can do is commander's plate into Skull Spore, and then we can start threatening commander damage. But if she gets shot here, we're just absolutely cooked. I think like this version, like the previous... The 2 runouts of this deck that we've seen so far work very well if everybody is very kind to you. In the previous deck, if they shoot you, if they shoot any of your stuff, you don't have the card draw to actually do anything. You just have a shitload of mana and nothing to spend it on. You have like an American Express black card, but you're on an island in the middle of a desert, in the middle of a bigger island, and not a single other soul lives there. And then in this playtest, you have a lot of heat in your hand, but you do not have the ramp unless people allow you to keep swinging with Sword of the Animist. Like, I'm going to tell you right now, if you put a switch and a beam on your mana dork and you send it at me, I would lose my commander to make sure you went to Chicago. I'm taking you down with me. You are not fucking ramping in this house. And so I would really recommend having less stuff that you think is crazy heat and more stuff that is reliable ramp, reliable card draw. And what I mean by reliable, Silverback Elder is not reliable. Silverback Elder costs 5 mana and says I only do shit if I cast a creature spell, which means multiple things have to go right before it matters. When I talk about reliable ramp, you have a little bit of it. I'm talking about nature's lore, dog. When I talk about reliable card draw in red, she ran on my resolve till I pulse. She break on my realms till I ren. Keep reorganizing those until your brain turns into a puddle. Willpower, hit me with that personal question. Deaf Cat, thank you for the tier 1 Twitch sub. You're downstairs, dog. What are you doing? Welcome to the dog home. And even though you are in my literal home. And so I think that our... every card you have in this deck is good. The deck is bad because of that. So let's go back to the slides. With every commander deck has 30 cards in it. A good deck has 30 cards. You have taken a bunch of cards. You are the kid at Target that has 18 trains and is begging their mom to let them buy 18 trains, even though your food budget for the week is $30 of ramen. And we need to buy you some goddamn broccoli. Drexia808, thank you for the tier 1 Twitch sub, my friend. Welcome back to the dog home. So overwhelmingly, it's not that the 6 mana cards are bad, but you have so many that there's not room for all of them to shine, and you do not have the ramp and the card draw to support all of them. Repressed Memories, thank you so much for that $50 super chat. Welcome to Dog Heaven, my friend. Hello, thank you for all the insight and comedy your channel bring. I mostly watch your shorts, but they've given me a lot of laughs. Finally in a position to give back to those who've entertained me so much. Thank you and take care. Thank you, Repressed. I appreciate that very, very much. I appreciate your support, and I appreciate your kind words. So let's start getting to the 18 different suggestions that are going to make Arya's head explode. Exile the top 2. If you've dealt damage with your commander, exile the top X, and you can play. Yeah, like this is hot. Tempered in Solitude, also hot. Like it's really, so another big question for you, Huga, because I talked about this on a podcast, is how many games a week do you get to play with this commander? Because if you just get to fucking skee ball this brick of a deck 3 times a day, yeah, sure. Your mana curve can look absolutely ridiculous. It can look horrifying because you get to roll the dice so many times that the failures don't matter, because like once a week it'll succeed. So the advice I'm giving you is predicated on the idea that this is a deck you get to play like once a week, once a month, something like that, and you really want it to work when it does happen. This deck has an incredibly high incidence rate of pooping its pants at the table, and that's what I'm trying to fix, because I'm sure that when it works as it is now, it's hot. It's just that the rate of it working is probably not very high at present moment. Now, you probably remember the epic highs of high school football when the deck does function as you imagine, and you goon to that every night before you go to bed. And what we want to do is we want to make that more common, rather than be like, okay, if we get to live in magical Christmas land, what are we going to do? Or what's all the stuff we get to do? So let me go back through. Goonight by Goonight Jellybean. It's a lot of fun when it goes off, but definitely has had games where I get to sit around. That makes sense, and that's the thing we're going to focus on fixing for you tonight. We're going to go under the knife, and we're going to up that consistency. Yeah, Valakut Exploration would be good. You could descend into Avernus to ramp. Bear Umbra, like I get it. Bear Umbra is probably too expensive. Yeah, I would replace the monkey. We're gonna replace something expensive with Traverse the Outlands. Oh, so this is where we put the 18 trains. Got it. Oh, Lord. Okay, so let's talk about what we're cutting. Me personally, I'm cutting Boiler Bilges. I'm cutting Hellkite Charger. You never cut a Tali. I'm cutting Unnatural Growth. I'm cutting the Tarask. I'm cutting Kogla. I'm cutting Silverback Elder. Trample's good. I'm cutting Defiler of Vigor. I'm probably cutting Zariel. I'm definitely cutting Godo. Fuck that noise. I'm cutting Bloodthirster. And then we want to get like Traverse the Outlands. Oh yeah, Sword of Forge and Frontier would be good for you. Oh yeah, Runes of the Deus would be absolutely crazy for you. They have the Reaver Cleaver already. Alright, so guys, here's the problem right now. What we're doing is we're suggesting the exact same mana curve they already have. We gotta be moving things down the chain. I would probably dump Surak and Goreclaw. I'm not sure if I believe in Enduring Courage. You probably do need the haste enabler. Like Orin Frostfang is probably too expensive, and attacking creatures you control don't need Death Touch because they have the Death Touch effect of smashing everybody into paste every time you hit with them. Freyalise is basically a land, so that's whatever. But bigger guy is better guy, for sure, for sure. He is there for card draw. Right, so the thing is we're going to replace him with better lower down card draw, because if you have Orin Frostfang out, stuff has gone right. You do not need card draw for the times things are already working out for you. You need card draw for the times that shit is not working out for you. We don't need the card draw and the ramp to happen up here. We need maybe like the best piece. We need the card draw and the ramp to happen down here, where we're not sure if we're going to be allowed to participate in the game of Magic the Gathering yet. That is when we need our card draw. When it comes to like 5 mana, 6 mana, we've cast Karlach, we're already hanging and banging. We don't need to be afraid anymore. We are crashing out on them, and it is their turn to be afraid. But when we're at like 1, 2, 3 mana, that is where shit could really go wrong for us. So there's all the normal, you know, hey, go get me a land. This is really good modal. It can get you a creature, it can get you a land, it can remove something. So this is very, very strong for you. Entis Restoration. Thank you, Arya. That's also a very good call out. Then there's also Kodama of the West Tree, Migration Path. I believe we have Nature's Lore, but I'm not sure about 3 visits. How about cards like Expedite? So the thing is about Expedite, I don't think it's bad. I just think we have a plethora of even better options. But it is, I legitimately believe, playable. I think for 3 mana, we would rather get 2 lands than 1 land. Again, for 3 mana, personally, I think we'd rather just cast Cultivate. Would you look at my Kindred Druid deck? Well, David, so right now the deck roasts are done via a Patreon redeem. So I'll look at any deck, but you do have to pay me for it. It's very hard to get more than 2 lands for 3 mana, right? But that's why we just play like Cultivate, Kodama's Reach. Job done. Analyze the pollen. Let's see what this does for us. Dog. Basic land or collect evidence for creature or land card. I'm not as sold on this one because I'm not convinced we're going to be able to collect evidence for 8. A lot of the draw we're talking about so far is exile based, and so we're not going to be getting a lot of really big things into our graveyard unless other people shoot them, and we don't want to be relying on what other people do to make our deck function. Unless his playgroup is wise to it, Tempt with Discovery is always an overperformer. I am a fan of this. I think one other person will always pick this, and then we'll be doing pretty well. People sleeping on Open the Way. Oh yeah, you know what? I don't hate this. I don't hate this at all. But those are the big changes I would make. Is you have a million trains you want to buy, and you have very few cards that are dedicated towards paying for those trains. And so even if you want to keep the mana brick, because there is something charming about being able to pick up a deck and chuck it at somebody's head for lethal damage, you at minimum need to do some lateral moves with cards like probably Orin and Kogla and Hellkite Charger that move you over into having the mana to pay for the really expensive stuff or multiples of the really expensive stuff, because it's just so easy for you to get stuck and then be like, step deck, what are you doing? Not in this game, because you got goddamn Soul Ring like a cheater. But I promise, in a lot of games. Sure, and we kill everybody. We have Soul Ring, Yavimaya, we have Bloodthirster. We beat everybody to death. We make treasures. This hand is also not good. Nowhere to go and very slow. All right, Arya, sometimes he can't read. Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. All right, let's put you on the personality matrix. I'm debating whether I should drop the 50 to have a deck roasted or not. I feel like Mauled would despise the list, though. So, Cobbs Lobbington, the reason we put a cap on how many people could sign up for the $25 tier is because we're limiting how many roasts I do a month. I would wholeheartedly not recommend you sign up for the $50 tier just to get access to the signups, because you are not guaranteed a roast. They are still first come, first served. We are going to have a more expensive option launching for the deck roast show that is going to be scripted rather than live. You will have an opportunity to spend a lot of money on a guaranteed good time roasting. And if you're considering $50 just to roll the dice on the roast, I would hold for now. If you want to spend $50 to support me and the roast is a cherry on top, that's great. But I would not recommend dropping $50 just to maybe get the roast. We're going to move on to a Hobo 8 Gyms deck. Oh wait, no. Put you on the personality matrix, Huga. 100% we are in Minecraft creative mode. 100% we're just hanging out in our own private Minecraft server. Willpower's personal question. First of all, congrats on moving to full-time. The question is, have you hit the moment where you're completely flustered by being in total control of your schedule at all times with no restriction on your time that you don't choose? That bit still freaks me out personally. No, I haven't hit it yet, and the thing is, I have had control of my own schedule for a really long time. Even before going full-time, my job was production based rather than time tracking based. And so, you know, I had a lot of stuff I had to do. So I will probably still hit a weird moment where like I'm in control of everything I make. But for right now, I was already for the most part in control of my schedule. But it's been like 3 days. So it probably hasn't hit me yet, if I'm going to be so for real. Well, thank you, Cobb. Big Bomb Co., thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. Let's hit Jim's deck. Since Mauled insulted my art project decks, you can have this boring-ass power level 7 deck. I hope you're happy with yourself. I'm going to get some water. Najila? We got to think about what we're doing in our local communities is really a big thing about this show. I said the chair is not for sale. I said the chair isn't for sale. $1,500 on Najila. You are a monster. Okay, dope art. I'm with that. 34 creatures. So whenever a warrior attacks, you can make a 1/1. That's also attacking. For Wooburg, you can cheat at magic. You can just win combat and make extra combats. So the things I really don't want to see, since it's tagged casual, is I don't want to see some type of like Cryptolith Rite. I tap my tokens for Wooburg and I do infinite combats. I don't want to see Rhystic Study just because we have access to blue. I don't want to see Smothering Tithe just because we have access to white. So let's check if we get these. We have Give Everything Cascade. Picked presumably, okay, because he's a warrior. Whenever Alesha attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on it, and at the beginning of your end step, if you attacked, reanimate a card with mana value less than or equal to Alesha's Sweet Sweet Biceps. Okay. That's a pretty strong card. Creature tokens you control have flying and vigilance. All right. We're paying 4 mana. That's pretty. Honestly, I was gonna razz you for it, but yeah, 4 mana to give these motherfuckers to give my 1/1s flying and vigilance. That's pretty fucking casual of you. All right, Balin. Balin is on his bullshit. Whenever this attacks, warriors have de facto menace. Very cute Bloom Tender art. Warrior spells cost 1 less to play, but he looks dope. Brutal Horde Chief. Whenever a creature attacks, drain effect, give the suck. Celestine. Flying lifelink at the beginning of your end step. Return target creature card with mana value X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, where X is life you gained this turn. Derevi? What the hell are we talking about? We're suffering from cis. Honestly, looking at all these alt arts you have, I think it's crazy you said, hey, fuck you, you're not getting an art project deck, and then you sent me a bunch of cards based on aesthetic. Because you're also like kind of non-bowing yourself by making squirrels instead of warriors, right? Derevi's infinite? Wait a goddamn minute. How is Derevi literally infinite? So we hit with something. We untap a thing. Oh, if you hit enough people to go 5 colors. Okay, okay. Oh, all right. God. Casual infinite. See, my brain auto-completed that with non-land permanents because I was like, surely they did not let this stupid fucking bird untap lands. And again, I have been proven wrong. Okay, so that's one bad boy for Jim. Gornog's dope as fuck. Like, what? What the fuck are we talking about with when a warrior ETBs, I can graveyard hate, or I will simply go infinite. Yo, I'm playing tomorrow with my friends and I just found this channel. How can I submit deck lists for you to review? Ahmed, they are currently submitted through Patreon and done on a monthly basis. Okay, then we have Dorks. We have Reese. We can make some warriors. We have Roaming Throne. We have a little bit of card draw for haste. Seasoned Dungeoneer. We can explore once. Like, we have a pigeon sprinkles crack on my deck and I kill God. Or we have I explore with one creature once a turn. Okay, trample and indestructible on all my creatures is fine. Stormclaw Ragers is pretty good. Once a turn cycle, we get to draw for the low cost of a 1/1 warrior. Give everything Ward 1. Protect my commander, sure. And then some ramp. I mean, Descendant's Fury is crazy in this deck, yeah. Classism. Weaponized classism, I fuck with that. Our instants are a little bit of removal and then a lot of bit of protection because we're very scared of being punched in the face. We have basically no ramp, which I honestly kind of respect because if you had a lot of ramp, I would be way more suspicious of how hard you were trying to go infinite. Punished Sarge, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. Oh, it's plus that many. Okay. Let's see how it playtests. Okay, turn 2, and then we bam, Felwar. I'm gonna assume with Flooded Strand we can fix our colors no matter what we need to do. We're gonna pick Warrior. I mean, we probably Najila, swing this guy, make. I mean, I'm gonna hope that elves don't matter. I'm gonna hope that elves don't matter. Maldhound, do you think Gengar is friend? If you think not, then stop your maidenless behavior. Gengar rocks. Gengar is like top 3 favorite Pokemon for me. By the way, do the decks have to be casual or do you roast CEDH decks too? Cobb, they can be CEDH. The thing about it is I know much less about CEDH than, or I just don't know very much, period. So I can't remark very much about how a CEDH deck is different from another casual deck versus how a casual deck differs from my vision of the deck. So we're making tokens. We have a treasure, which I'm going to use to exile. All right, we got Reflecting Pool. We're going to make a tapped and attacking thing. We're going to make another treasure, which I'm going to use to exile. God damn it, we got a counterspell. Asansana, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime sub. I appreciate those Bezos bucks. Welcome to the dog home. And PB and Swelly, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the dog house. And now do we just kind of hang out? Like, I think we're mostly, because we could do this and we can cascade for 1. Oh, we are flooding. Oh boy. Okay, now we have Marisi so that we can goad because we're cowards. Which, I want to be so clear, I like goad in general, but you should just be the problem. You shouldn't need to goad people. Where's our card draw section? Oh, what's that? It doesn't exist? Color me fucking shocked. So 2 big things about this deck, Jim, is the whole power level 7 deck, on average, it is a 7, but I think this deck, like gender, exists as a spectrum. You can either spend the entire game doing what that playtest just did, which was I resolve Facebreaker and then I cope for 30 minutes, or we resolve Derevi and then we just fucking win the game. He's not even a warrior. I would almost allow this if this was just, okay, Derevi's a warrior, it's crazy, but hey, it's on theme. This is just, you found a fucking owl. You found a random owl with bullshit magical powers and you used it to sneak into Hogwarts and you know you were being a bad boy when you did it. And this is again from a perspective of, with a play group that you know really well and you play really often, you can definitely bring these very, very swingy decks to the table and just hope for the best, and people know you well enough that it's not going to be a big deal. But if you're playing with a play group you don't know, like at an LGS, or you're not able to play often and you want to have a consistent experience, you really do want to have the card quality be consistent from card to card to card. And like, Derevi sucks unless we're going infinite, or unless we're turning this into a stacks deck, which is incredibly hateful. I think Marisi is like the same thing. We would rather just crash out harder than we would turn this into a control deck. Marnius is pretty good. Like, Mindblade Render is good. I think we need more cards that just say draw a card instead of having everything be dependent on us getting our warriors through, because we're in 5 colors. We can just play some good cards. We don't need to play Rhystic Study to have viable card draw. Did you put a CEDH combo in the Goblet of Fire, Harry? Tell the truth. And you did. You did. We found it. We found your combo. You're not going to compete at the games. We're going to kill you like we did Robert Pattinson. Like Lambolt is good for crashing out. This lifelink thing, totally out of left field. I don't like it very much because I don't think you have enough life gain. Oh wait, you have lifelink on. Never mind. I forgot about Najila's bullshit. Spend Wooburg, everybody gets superpowers. That's chill. See, people are suggesting like Kindred Discovery, Bident of Thassa. I'm talking about some moments of truthfulness. Because again, of my general slant that this deck has card draw for when things are going right. It needs card draw for when things are going wrong. We have Marneus Calgar for when we're already making a ton of tokens. We have, oh God, please tell me. We have Balin for when things are already going really well. We even have Facebreaker to exile draw when things are going really well. And then like Skull Clamp is predicated upon we're making our 1/1s to turn into cards, which Skull Clamp is so good, you can probably keep it. But we need more things of, oh fuck, my mana didn't fix. Oh fuck, I have my commander and literally nothing else. Oh fuck, oh shit, oh god, I like need a blocker. In 5 colors, hey. Again, this is probably the card that I personally over recommend the most, but God, do I love a non-consensual mulligan. God, do I love saying, hey, what if we just shuffled it up again, everybody? What if we just made this shit happen real quick? Yeah, and A Little Lonely Vanquisher's Banner is another instance of we got to 5 mana, and so we're already set. Poison Serpent 92, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. Well, Marneus is fine if you're doing good or mech, because each warrior attacking is a separate token instance. Okay, so I think we have different expectations about what doing good is. In my mind, if you have resolved Marneus Calgar, the game is going very well. Also, Airball MTG, another one of my goats from the Decked Out team. Thank you very much for that raid, my friend. Like if you're in a 5-color deck, you got to 5 mana, and you got 3 colors that you didn't need for your commander, shit is going awesome. Shit is going so good for you if you have been able to resolve Marneus Calgar in like a casual level deck. Like that is, you're doing good. This is not card draw. You need rainy day card draw. Last March to the Sea and Adrafen, thank you for the Twitch follow, my friend. And same thing with Kutzil. Like Kutzil is cheap, which is a component of rainy day card draw, but you need to have creatures you control that are on Trenbolone punch people. That's a big fucking ask. Now you do have the Grand Abolisher effect, which again, I would just say get good. Simply politic better. Make it so people don't want to hit you on your team or on your turn. And then like Bright Hearts, fuck that noise. You need to fix your colors. You don't need one colorless to be cheaper. You need Cultivate. But yeah, like everything's really cheap, so we don't need a ton of lands, but we can really draw this deck in the wrong fucking order. Black Cherry 55, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. Okay, this has to work because we have Sol Ring. If this doesn't work with Sol Ring, I will crash out. See, look how bad this card is. Look how nothing this is. Oh wow, with that 1 mana cost reduction, I can do shit all else. I can play this, I can choose Warriors. I mean, Brain Chan, I'm 100% making an exaggeration for the casual level. Grand Abolisher effects are really good at the CEDH level because CEDH players can read, which makes the political landscape a lot better. If this is meant to be a like casual-ish Najeela deck, then you should be able to politic better. As it stands, this is a Najeela deck that is lying about being casual. And so yeah, it probably needs the Grand Abolisher effect, but I want to build a deck that doesn't need it. Viet Charlie, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. Okay, so we have protection from everything. We can make... This is a warrior. Shut up. Oh, we can't get Samut because we can't fix our mana because we have this aspirational ass. What is the land? Nykthos? Yeah, we have Dreamer Nykthos happening. We have Kutzil, who's also useless to us. We have Stormclaw, who this can begin sacrificing these guys for card draw, which is much better. Fuck it, cycle. And see, ramping doesn't even do anything for us, so it's less about the ramp and it's more about being able to draw the cards. So maybe Bident of Thassa is better than I gave it credit for. Like maybe punching cards out of people is better than I was saying. Viet Charlie, thank you for the Prime sub. I appreciate those Bezos bucks. Welcome to the dog home, my friend. And Harva Hall, no. I've not been able to play much of the campaign yet. So I feel like this deck is overall kind of caught halfway between look at all my stuff and then having bipolar, which I can make fun of because I have bipolar. Schwartzwolf 1988, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. But it's definitely like, oh no, Bloodchin Rager. And then it's, oh fuck, Derevi. Good night, Willpower. Thank you for coming by the stream, my friend. Yeah, Enduring Curiosity could also do it. So maybe you do need more Good Times card draw. I'm gonna move my advice back because both playtests we got Najila out at least, but we got Najila out and then we had nothing else to do, and I feel like that's what led you to make the infinite combo, to feel like you were doing something. And you need less things like Aven Windguide and more things like Balin the Haymaker that are gonna translate these tokens into moderate advantage. Oh fuck, Mythend. Thank you for the $100 tip, my friend. Welcome to Dog Heaven. I appreciate your ongoing generosity. I still remember all those gifted subs and still appreciate them. King Dude 181, thank you for the Prime sub. Welcome to the dog home. And shout out my goat Mythend. Also, where's Winota? Yeah, this is like, oh, this just wants to crash out so bad and is so confused. We just did like everything that's even tangentially related to combat, and we didn't pick a true theme. We just let word cloud disease eat our entire brain. True, D-Man. No Winota. It's power level 7. This is bracket 3. Winota's bracket 4. Be for real. We can have infinites, but we can't have Winota. We are immediately giving you Behold My Stuff. Because I think some of this stuff is cool. Yonster, thank you for the raid. This is the second raid tonight. I appreciate that, my friend. I hope you had a good stream. Like, I think some of this stuff is really clever. Alicia is very, very strong. Abaddon looks dope, but at least he looks dope. And then, like, what the fuck is Brighthearth Banneret doing, man? He just says warrior. Just be for real. Just be for real. He says warrior in the name, and so you said good enough. And it's not good enough. And then, I don't know, the hate took over. You, like, owned this card in paper, and you think it's cool. I don't know what's going on with Marisi. I think you just may be a furry. Like, Nayali is good for this kind of card draw. I do like the Celestine Warrior working with the 1-cost White Warrior and nothing else. No. You're not thinking, D-Man. When we give everything lifelink, then it's going to pop off. And it's from 40k. Oh, yeah, the Caretaker's talent. I think it's Innkeep. No, it's not. I'll just look up the talents. Oh, it is Caretakers. Yeah, honestly, caretake, this would be some power level 7 bullshit. This would be some power level 7 shit to do in the deck. So I would get more stuff like that and less things that are like... less things that need a lot to happen to draw you cards. And like, stop trying to protect yourself. Just crash out. Just crash out and cut Seasoned Dungeoneer right the fuck now. I refuse to look at that card for one more moment. And cut Unsettled Mariner. Crash out. Stop it. Stop it. Just hit him. Keep Descendants Fury, though. That's hot. That's hot tech. I'm also wondering why Ignoble Hierarch is in this deck. Your creatures are never attacking alone, and it's a bad mana dork in 5 color. I don't think it's that bad. It fixes 3 colors, right? Yeah, it does 3 colors. It's not the best, but I don't think it's terrible. Which is, again, kind of like where the deck wants to be, right? Like, not great, but not awful. JetM, hit me with that personal question, and then that is going to be the end of tonight's stream, and we're going to find somebody to raid. So plug it in. We'll be live again tomorrow. We have 3 deck rows to do, and then we're going to stream some League of Legends and give you all brainworms. What's my favorite card I learned about today? Oh boy. We're going to have to go through history for that one. None of them. I don't know that I learned any of the cards today. Kilroy V1. Okay, then that email didn't go out. You're on the 30th. You'll get an email after this stream. And we're going to pick somebody to raid, and then we'll be live again tomorrow. I was going to raid Nerd Girl, but I guess she's stopped streaming for the night. Oh, Tappy Toe Claws is live. All right. Let's see. What is the raid message going to be? It can't be anything about gooning. Number 1. Sibit, no. The roast slots are never going to get bigger. There's going to be the YouTube series that is also related to deck roasting, but all the other expansion is going to be in other areas. There's never going to be, or at least for the immediate future, there's never going to be an expansion in the Patreon roasting slot. So again, like, no hard feelings if you cancel the Patreon membership because you're mainly in it for the deck roasting. I get that. I will not be able to promise that, so don't feel bad about closing it out. Yeah, it's going to be Get 'em Boys for Tappy Toe Claws stream. Everyone be kind, rewind. I will see you tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific. Thank you all very much. I hope you're having a good night, and remember to stay toxic. YouTube, that's going to be it for us here as well. Thank you all for keeping me company.